This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Hello and welcome, everybody. It's that time again. High school football on the Oklahoma Sports Network. It's the first round of the 4A playoffs. The Newcastle Racers, the Elk City Elks at Big Elk Stadium in Elk City, Oklahoma. Josh Calloway on hand, Carson Wade on the production, Uriah Martinez up top, my partner in crime, Billy Collier.
Hello.
Billy, it's the playoffs, man. Here we go.
Man, it's exciting. I missed this game last year.
Yeah, you did.
And I am
It was
fired
this game.
up.
It was this game, the Newcastle and Elk City first round last year. We're back at the scene of the crime where last season came to an end. We're in the same booth. At least I am, obviously. Not nearly as cold as it was last year. It was freezing out here a year ago. It's more of a normal November night. Tonight, not a bad night for football at all. And this is going to be a really fun ball game, Billy. Obviously, the Racers and the Elks are two teams that have had good seasons. Newcastle 8-2, Elk City 7-3, finished second and third in their districts, respectively. And now here you go. I mean, you can't replicate the urgency and the stress and the pressure of the playoffs at any point until now. I mean, you just can't. You can't replicate it in practice. There's nothing you can do until you actually get out there and you know that if we don't win, the season's over. And now you got to find out how the teams are going to respond to it. It's the best time of year.
Well, and they're excited about it. We had the coaches show on Tuesday, and the coaches are excited about it, and the players are excited about it. And the coaches, of course, they're going to say all the coach talk. No, we treat it like just any other game.
Right.
But it's impossible. You can't cut out the excitement of it. You can't cut out the importance of it. And you watch just the warm-ups of both these teams. They were out there and a little more intense in their warm-ups tonight. And even all the way from the place kicking, they're kicking it sideways across the field to running of plays, to doing their routines. It is all just a lot more intense, a lot more focused tonight, and it's a great night for football. The air outside is just that touch of crisp that says football is the best. So great night. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is the game, that we've kind of been building toward all year, going back to, I've referenced it a few times this season, but going back to the OSN football banquet at the end of last year, back in February, talking to Coach Brickman, and he talked about, yes, we make the playoffs, perennially, and we're winning, and we're getting 7-8 wins a year. We like all that, but we want to get to that next step. Not satisfied, not with just making the playoffs, but winning games and going on a run in the playoffs. They put together a great season. An 8-win season is nothing to be scoffed at all for Newcastle. Obviously, very easily could have been more. The Blanchard and Tuttle games were very competitive, especially that Tuttle game, obviously, a couple of weeks ago. But now here you are. It's the playoffs. You have an opponent that you played last year in the first round and lost to in a competitive game. You're right back here in the same spot. You feel like you've got your best team that they've had in a while. Now here you go. I mean, this is the moment now. A chance for Newcastle to break through and become one of the final 8 teams playing in 4A next week. I mean, this is obviously a massive opportunity for Coach Brickman and the team and the program, really, to get over that hump and to obviously make the playoffs, what they already did and have been doing, but now win a game and try to snowball that into a run here through November.
Well, and absolutely. And I think last year they were happy to get to the playoffs. They were happy to make it to the playoffs, and that probably broke their heart even worse as you're looking forward to the playoffs, and then you come and your season ends in that first game. I know talking to Coach Ketch, talking with Coach Brickman, they want to win the Golden football. They want to win it all. if they don't win that, they will be appreciative of the year, but they will not see it the success they saw and wanted at the first of the year. The players have bought into it. The coaches have bought into it. And so to come out and just play this, I know they got several of their players back that have been on injury.
Yeah.
And so now they're going to come back. They're playing tonight. This is going to be a great, great game. I think two good teams and just going at each other. I said this on Tuesday. I'll say it again. This is going to be a lot like a Rocky fight. And it's just going to be one team's going to slug, then the other team's going to slug, then the other team. And whoever's standing up at the end is going to be the winner.
Yep, and certainly two teams and programs that aren't unfamiliar with each other by any means, even though they're not in the same district anymore. They used to be, obviously, a couple years ago. So we've been out here a few times since I've been doing this on OSN. And obviously these two teams have played each year since I've been doing it. So even though they're not in the same district anymore, these teams, these programs, Coach Zach Maynard with Elk City, Coach Brickman obviously with the Racers, they know each other. They know what to expect. They know the style of football this game will be. Like you said, very often it's kind of a slugfest type of game. Elk City's very, very physical. And it's how it was last year out here when Newcastle came in as a pretty big underdog. I mean, Newcastle finished 4th in district last year. Elk City was a district champ. And Gene and I did the game here last year, and they battled with them right to the end. It was a one-score game. Obviously, 28-21 was the final. Now you fast forward a year later, Newcastle feels like they're better than they were last year. Elk City had to replace a lot, but still obviously had a great season. Won 7 games, district runner-up in District 1. And now you see kind of, it's really almost a good barometer of, we're basically almost literally a year later, you're in the same place. How much have you improved since last year? We're going to find out tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. The playoffs are the best. Newcastle and Elk City tonight here on OSN. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wherever you're watching, we're on YouTube tonight. Obviously, the website, oksportsnet.com, and the OSN app. We're also going to be on Facebook at Kickoff. The pregame show is exclusive to OSN and the YouTube channel, but at Kickoff will be on Facebook. So if you are watching one of those other places and want to meander over there at Kick, hang out with other Racer fans on the OSN Facebook page, you're welcome to do that as well. Coming up at 7 o'clock. We are very excited for this one. This is the Focus Federal Credit Union Countdown to Kickoff. For more than 65 years, Focus Federal Credit Union has continued to deliver innovative products and services to our members about all things finances by anticipating needs and delivering exceptional member service. Stop by and experience the difference with our Tri-City branch at 1097 Northwest 32nd Street in Newcastle. Member NCUA. We're going to take a timeout here. When we come back, Bill and I will let you know what to expect from the Elk City Elks, the names to know, what we're watching for as keys for the Racers tonight. We'll also look at the postseason bracket. We're in the playoffs now. What does the 4A bracket look like? We'll take a little look at that as well. On the other side of this break on the Newcastle Racers pregame show right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
So that's Will, and that's Tim. And the farm has been in the family now how long, Tim?
100 years or so.
You stopped counting.
Yes.
The idea that 1.5% of this country is feeding 330 million people 3 times a day.
You shut down a lot of oil and gas, you shut down a lot of U.S. ag. All of a sudden, we start paying a lot more for food, and there's a lot more hungry people all over the world.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
Back at Big Elk Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Ready for this first round 4A playoff tilt. Going to be a fun one. Looking forward to this. Like I said, Billy, we were here last year. You didn't do the game. It was me and Gene, and it was bone-chilling out here. Thankfully, we are in a booth here at Big Elk Stadium, but still cold even with that. But tonight, 53 degrees. I mean, for a November night, that's not bad.
I'll take it.
That's not bad.
I'll take it any day.
Absolutely. Let's look at the schedule ahead, presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. Wing Tuesdays, boneless Thursdays. Why not any day of the week? Make it Buffalo Wild Wings. 9600 Service I-44, just minutes away from Newcastle. Wings, tenders, burgers, and so much more. Obviously, we're in the playoffs now, so nothing is guaranteed beyond tonight. We'll be with you every step of the way throughout the remainder of the season on OSN. As far as the Racers go, you can tune in to OSN. Let's look at what the playoff bracket looks like on this side. So obviously, this is just the right side of the bracket. One of these 8 teams that you're looking at right now will play in the state championship game at UCO in about 3 weeks from now. So as you see at the top there, Blanchard hosting Cache tonight. That game is on OSN, by the way. Sallisaw at Cushing. Miami is in Poto tonight, and that's the winner of that we would get here if the Racers advance. If Newcastle wins and moves on to face Poto, then that'll be way out east, basically in Arkansas.
Exactly.
Out there, Poto. Now, it is worth noting, now, Miami is a big underdog, as you would expect, in a 4-1. But if Miami did somehow upset Poto and Newcastle won tonight, we'd be back at Racer Stadium next week. Newcastle would host next round in the playoffs as a 3-4 matchup. So that's what we're kind of looking at here on this side of the bracket. Billy, obviously, as we get to the postseason, and we'll look at the other side of the bracket a little bit later, but anything kind of stand out there as far as the matchups tonight, or are you kind of assuming as far as those other 3, you kind of probably chalk? I mean, we'll see, I guess. You never know. But.
Yeah, it looks like with those other 3 games, I mean, it looks like the way they're ranked is the way they'll fall. I'd be surprised. You know, obviously, if Cache beat Blanchard or Sallisaw beat Cushing, that'd be a big surprise. Big surprise if Miami somehow beat Poto at Poto.
Yeah.
So good. And so those are a little bit different. I think what stands out for me with Newcastle Elk City is how close they're ranked to each other. As well, Newcastle is higher ranked, according to Max Preps and the Oklahoman, than Elk City.
Yeah.
So that adds a little bit of flavor to this game. It's almost more of a toss-up than it is, well, you got the number 2 that's going to beat the number 3. And so this side, if you look at it, we beat Elk City, we go to Poto.
Yeah.
Football gods smile on us. Then we go to we'll play probably either Blanchard or Cushing, whoever comes out of that up there. And so I think there's a lot of potential, except for you just circle that number 1 down there playing Miami tonight. You circle that team, I think they really stand out. I think the other teams, if Poto somehow does not win, that's going to add some intrigue to this side of the bracket.
Just makes it feel kind of real, right? When you kind of look at it and you're saying one of those 8 is going to play in the state championship game. This kind of puts it in perspective of where we're at in the season at this point. Obviously, we've been sliced down from 32 to 16 after the regular season ended last week. Now we're going to slice that down again to 8 tonight. And like I said, we'll look at the other side of the bracket a little bit later. But as far as what Newcastle has to navigate to, if they want to get to the state championship game, they got to get out of this group. And so finding a way to do that will be obviously step 1, taking down the Elks tonight. And like I said, if the Racers, faithful watching, you're big Miami fans tonight because you want to host next week if you get there. And so that'll be something. We'll keep an eye on all the playoff games tonight, but certainly that Miami-Poto one will have of extra special interest to us. As for our game tonight, the Elk City Elks are 7-3 on the season, like I mentioned. They're coached by Zach Maynard. This is a team that's replacing a lot from last year. This is a team that went to the semis last year, won 11 games. Really, really good team a year ago, but they lost a whole lot from last year's team. They're still good, obviously. They went runner-up in District 1 this year, won 7 games. We'll see what they bring to the table. For Racer fans that are curious, and this is dangerous to do when you do the transitive property and things like that, but Newcastle and Elk City have got 3 common opponents this year. Bridge Creek, Weatherford, Woodward. Both teams played them both. very obviously Newcastle beat all three teams by wider margins. Now, again, what does that mean? I don't know. But Elk City played Bridge Creek, beat them 28-8. Newcastle won that game 40-3. Elk City beat Weatherford 21-14. Newcastle won that game 34-14. Elk City played Woodward, beat them 43-14. Newcastle won 69-7. So, I mean, what does that mean? I don't know. But if you want to look at that common opponents thing, that would favor Newcastle a little bit. As far as what they have on the field, Billy, I mentioned earlier, they're a physical team. Racers know what to expect. They saw them last year, the year before that. What are you watching for tonight with the Elks? What has caught your eye when kind of looking into them a little bit this week?
Well, a couple of things, and one of them goes to what you just talked about. When you play Elk City, they would rather gain 4 yards than gain all of them in one shot. They want to just meticulously go down the field, wear you down. They're going to run and run and run out of an off wing and out of a lot of different ones. They're going to have the quarterback under the center the whole night. That's what they want to do.
Which is a rarity nowadays.
Yeah, big rarity. And so what they're going to do is they're going to wear that defense down. They're going to really wear them down, take time, keep their offense off the field. That's one of the things I'm looking at is how Newcastle's going to respond to that. Because if they go all the way down the field in 10 minutes and then Newcastle scores in a minute and a half, you got to put that same defense out there again. Mm-hmm. And so talk with Ketch about that a little bit, and I know he's making some adjustments with that. Second thing that I'm looking at is just how they come out and are able to run. I think tonight you're going to be leaning a lot on Barry and Elcision, 43 and 33, at those defensive ends. If they can keep it bottled up, then Elk City is going to have a long, long night because they cannot run up the middle like they like when their body is laying all over the place. So those are some of the things that I'm really looking at. The linebackers will be very important, but those front four, especially, as you mentioned, they lost a lot of players, but they didn't lose very many of their linemen. Their linemen is probably their most seasoned ones, and you know how important I feel that the line is. So that is something that I'm looking forward to seeing, how they handle big number 7, Reese Burton, and how they handle big number 3, Bowie, how the quarterback stays in focus and does that. So those are some things that are it's gonna make tonight a little bit different if you've been watching all season. So we're excited.
No, I agree. You mentioned replacing a lot from last year, but yeah, you're right. I think if I remember correctly, they brought 4 starters back offensively from last year's team. I think they're all in the O-line, or at least 3 of the 4 are.
Yes.
So yeah, that's the one group of their team that is seasoned. That's helped Logan Webb, who's their starting quarterback. He's a junior, but he's a first-year starter. It's kind of helped him get acclimated, and they've played a pretty tough schedule. They played Carl Albert in the regular season this year. I mean, they played a tough slate, and they took their lumps at times, but they also got better, it felt like, as the year went on. You kind of look at what they've been doing week to week, and part of that is that quarterback getting more and more comfortable, and that helps when you have an offensive line like they do.
Right. Well, and you look at who they had 3 linemen. You know who that 4th one is? You'll recognize this. If you watched the game last year, have you ever heard the name Cooper Garbarino?
Oh, yes.
He's the one that kind of was the heartbreaker last year.
Yeah.
And so he's their other
running
senior
back,
that's back there. So it'll be an interesting game definitely to watch. It'll be a lot different style than I think we're kind of accustomed to in the teams in the 2nd district.
Yeah, you mentioned the linebackers too, Braxton Robertson and Catch Gino. What a name!
First off, great name.
Really nice linebacker duo. That's kind of maybe one of their strengths of their defense as well. You kind of touched on that. So it's gonna be. I mean, it's a tough matchup. It's the playoffs. Nobody gets to the playoffs by accident. You have to win a pretty good amount of games to get here. And especially to finish district runner-up like Elk City did, just only coming up short to Clinton, who won the district. Weatherford, who we saw way back in week 0 forever ago, finished 3rd. They're in Tuttle tonight. So those are some games we'll keep an eye on. But, this is an Elk City team that's good. It's a program that not that long ago was winning 1-2 games a year.
Right.
Coach Maynard turned them around big time, especially last year. This year, a little bit of a transition, but they're still pretty darn good. And obviously, like I said, you don't luck into 7 wins and hosting a playoff game. You got to be a good team. So, going to be a tall task, but Racers certainly feel like they're game for it.
Well, and I think they've shown all season. They play their game. Well, we saw it last week. Horrible first half. In the second half, they looked unstoppable. Unbeatable. And that was by a team that's even higher ranked than Elk City, I believe, or right in there about the same place. So you're right. They have the capabilities. They have to do it. They've got to keep their cool. These long games like this, long drives, tend to work out your nerves. Then keep their cool. Get tackled, hurry up, get back on your side of the field. I think they have a very good chance of beating this really good Elk City team.
Absolutely, and obviously, like we talked about a little bit last week, obviously, there was disappointment that they didn't go over the hump and beat Blanchard or Tuttle this year. Didn't get to that top 2 in the district where they could be hosting tonight, like Blanchard and Tuttle are. But the reality is, at this point now, it means diddly. I mean, it's the playoffs now. You got to beat who's in front of you and just survive in advance week by week. And that's what they're going to try and do starting tonight with Elk City. Going to be a fun game. Looking forward to getting this one going here at Old Big Elk Stadium. One of the few natural grass fields are fading more and more, and that's what they have out here in Elk City, America. We've been out here a few times as of late. We're getting ready to get this one going. Very excited for this matchup, Newcastle and Elk City. All right, we're going to take a timeout here. When we come back, we'll look at the full 4A playoff bracket and also let you know what else is on OSN tonight. Hint, a lot. We have 9 games on OSN tonight in the first round of the playoffs. We'll take a little look at those as well as the Newcastle Racers pregame show rolls on right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list.
Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again.
We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma because we wouldn't be a community without you.
Back at Big Elk Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier getting ready to get this one going. The captains are out there for the coin toss. Excited for this matchup, the Racers and the Elks, a rematch of last year in the first round of the playoffs, an Elk City 28-21 win over Newcastle. Toss is up. Let's see who gets it done here if the Racers take the ball. So Newcastle won the toss and deferred to the second half. Is that how I'm reading that?
I don't know.
Nope, they're going to take the football. Okay, Newcastle won the toss and will take the football to start. So we'll see Jackson Burton, this Racers offense, out there on the field first. We took a look earlier at the 4 first-round matchups on our side. If you're curious, on the other side tonight, some games of note. Bethany is in Clinton tonight. Certainly going to be an interesting matchup there. Not that far from us, about 20 minutes or so down the road. Right. From here, we'll see what the Broncos can do at the Tornado Bowl. Ulagatolala is in Ada. The winner of that one will get that Bethany Clinton winner. Broken Bow is at Wagner, and then Weatherford is in Tuttle. And those will be another one right there that we'll certainly keep a very close eye on throughout the night. 8 playoff matchups, obviously in 4A. We'll be sure to update you on them throughout the evening, especially obviously at halftime and after the ball game. We'll take a quick little look around and see who's left, as we're going to slice this thing down. Just a couple weeks ago, it was everybody's playing, and all of a sudden after tonight, it's going to be just 8 teams left in the chase for that gold ball at UCO. Yeah, at UCO here in a few weeks. Elk's taking the field right now. Racers will do the same in just a moment. Do want to also let you know that we have a loaded slate on OSN tonight. 9 playoff games. I mean, that's a heck of a year for OSN. Yes. 9 out of our 11 teams made the postseason this year. So in addition to our game, we have 8 more games on OSN. I already mentioned that Blanchard Cash game in 4A will be on OSN tonight if you wanted to tune into that one. We also tonight have got Carl Albert and El Reno, the undefeated Titans, trying to continue their run to another championship. Elgin's got Piedmont tonight. That's a good one. Lawton MacArthur and Guthrie. Del City has got Pryor, Midwest City, Bishop McGuinness, Walters, and Moreland. And then Lawton has got Sand Springs. So you got some 6A2 in there, some 5A, some small school with Walters. I think they're Class A, maybe even.
I think so.
And then, of course, 4A with us in the Blanchard game. So we got you covered all over the place. 9 games on OSN tonight. You know, It's been a good year for the Oklahoma Sports Network when 9 teams make the postseason. Pretty cool. So going to be a loaded slate. Excited to see how all the teams do. And obviously we hope for all the OSN teams to make deep runs in their relative brackets.
Go get them.
So the Racers are about to take the field, waiting for them to run through the Newcastle banner with the checkered flag here at Big Elk Stadium. Elk City in the home Browns jerseys and pants, white helmets. Newcastle, the road whites with the black pants and blue helmets. I almost forgot last year because I went and looked at the kind of highlights from last year's game just to kind of get a refresher on how it went. But Newcastle wore blue pants a lot last year.
Huh.
I almost didn't even look like them. Yeah, I did a double take, right? You're doing it right now. Yeah. It's like, oh, yeah, they wore blue pants in that game last year. You get used to the black.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the black it just has that look. It's a stronger look. I was trying to picture the light blue pants. Kind
Take
of
a
UCLA.
gander last year if you don't believe me. I checked.
I believe you.
Racers take the field, and we were getting close to getting this one going. It's the Newcastle Racers and the Elk City Elks coming up right here on OSN. Going to be a fun one tonight. We're glad you're with us. However you found us, it's the playoffs. OSN, we love to bring these playoff games to you. Still live, still free, just like it is all season long. And we got a great one on DAP for tonight. All right, we're going to take one final break here. When we come back, we will have kickoff and football. It's the Newcastle Racers, the Elk City Elks, coming up live right here on OSN after this break.
So that's Will, and that's Tim. And the farm has been in the family now how long, Tim?
100 years or so.
You stopped counting?
Yes.
The idea that 1.5% of this country is feeding 330 million people 3 times a day.
You shut down a lot of oil and gas, you shut down a lot of U.S. ag. All of a sudden, we start paying a lot more for food, and there's a lot more hungry people all over the world.
Here we go. High school football on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Newcastle Racers, Elk City Elks getting ready to get this one going. Teams are out there ready to kick this thing off. Josh Calloway, Billy Collier, Carson Wade on the production, Ryan Martinez back with us working the camera tonight on OSN. Billy, we're just about a minute away from kicking this thing off. Racers are going to get the ball first. How huge and important would a score right out of the gate here?
I
think it goes without saying.
I think that's why they took the ball first. When you think about how they just do these drives down the field and take up a bunch of time, for Newcastle to get down and score however they score, that means that these drives, these long series by Elk City, are to catch up. Mm-hmm. They don't get a chance to go ahead unless they stop Newcastle. So they can, if Newcastle can score and stay ahead of them the whole time, that really cuts away from what they're trying to do. So I think it's hugely important to get going down the field and get into that end zone.
I want to go ahead and thank, as the teams are out there, our kickoff sponsor, which is Auto Accessories Unlimited, specializing in custom paint and body for cars, trucks, boats, RVs, you name it. Paint and body collision repair and modifications, 5600 Huetner Drive in Norman. Give them a call at 405-360-8855. So the Elks are ready to boot it away, and Newcastle is back and ready to return. Do the honors for the Racers, as usual. TJ Bradford, Caden Longman back to return for Newcastle. Doing the kick here for the Elks.
Number 1.
Tucker Garza. Yeah, sophomore DB/running back. Fired up and ready to go from Big Elk Stadium. Racer bench fired up. A good amount of Newcastle fans made the long voyage out here. Elk City faithful here, obviously, as well. Playoff football on OSN. The kick is away, and fielding it just inside the 20 is Longman. He'll take it out toward the middle of the field, stumbling down, takes a shot right at the end of that, and he's down about the 30, and that's where the Racers will set up on offense. First drive led by senior quarterback Jackson Burt, who you know is not ready for his career to come to an end just yet as he leads this Newcastle offense.
Yeah, you saw a little bit of that last week. He played with such emotion on offense and defense last week. He made sure last week wasn't gonna damage where they go, so you know he wants to win tonight.
Burt playing very well the second half of the season. Looking to keep that going here into the playoffs. In motion there is Jalen Lane. Handoff goes to Bradford, first carry of the night. Not a whole lot there, got about a couple of yards. We'll see if Newcastle get off to a better start offensively tonight than last week. Obviously at Bethany, early in the game, the offense just couldn't get it going. I believe it was 6 3-and-outs to start the night last week at SNU. Now the defense played so well, and then they turned on the second half. They still won the game by 4 touchdowns, but not something you want to replicate tonight, certainly, against these Elks. 2nd and 8 here after the run from Bradford. Jordan Lane, the man in motion. Burt will give it to Bradford again. Right side, bounces free, and there he goes. TJ Bradford's loose. Across midfield, cutback move inside the 40 and down near the 35. Huge run for Bradford.
That's excellent blocking. You saw him go around the right side. He went up the middle between the tackles, that last one. Didn't get very far. You're already seeing an adjustment Elk City has made. They have 4 guys on the line when they usually play a 3-4. So they're daring them to run, and he had a great run right there.
Good look at that in the Eric Ledoux State Farm instant replay. 1st and 10 for Newcastle. Bradford again up the middle, running hard. Threw some arm tackles down near the 30. Picks up about 5 or maybe even 6 on that first down run.
And you got to say it right there. You saw big Chaz Gentry right there by the ball leading that block.
Boy, TJ Bradford, we've been talking about him all year. It's been so good for Newcastle. And off to a good start here tonight in this playoff opener. Lane, the man in motion, 2nd down and 4. Fake the handoff. Burt going to throw for the first time. Pressure from behind, and down he goes. A sack in the backfield coming off the edge. That was Garza, who came in and put down the big Burt, and they got 3rd and long.
Well, and you're seeing they're not staying back and waiting to see. They are coming with their ears peeled, so you're going to have to catch them kind of over pursuing. So now it's 3rd and 11.
So 3rd and 11, yeah, like you said, I imagine if you can get this into reasonable territory, you probably go for this at this point in the field. We'll see. 3rd and 11, Burt back to pass. Steps on the pocket, fires from the middle, got Lane, and he missed him just a little bit behind. Lane had his hands on it. Certainly had a shot to catch that, but a little behind and made it tough. Now you've got 4th and 11, and now what do you do if you're Coach Brickman? Do you roll the dice? Do you let Burt Pooch punt it? We'll see.
Wow. This is right at that part of the field and that part of the game where you don't know which one you should do. You almost feel like it's death by 1,000 cuts. Let's see what they let them do.
I honestly wouldn't hate a Pooch punt to try and pin Elk City back and play defense, but we'll see. Could be talked into it either way. Schumar, the man in motion. They're going to go. Burt back to pass. Going to drop a little screen out here to Burgett, and he missed him. Pressure came right up the gut. That was Reese Burton who came in like a missile right at Burt, forced him to throw it maybe a little bit quicker than he wanted to, and he led Burgett a little too far, and the Elks get a big stop on 4th down.
Wow, this is not what you wanted if you're at Newcastle. Now see if the defense can get in there and kind of hold them. You're going to see a lot of just ground and pound, and that's going to put some pressure now on your defense, but who knows? They can turn it around and get back in there.
Thank our first quarter sponsor, Chris Dumb, Allstate agent. Chris knows what life is like here in Newcastle, that you choose your car and your home to fit your lifestyle and your budget. He also knows how important it is to do the same when it comes to insurance. He looks forward to getting to know you and helping you find solutions that meet your needs. Call him today at 405-392-2390. First down run here goes nowhere for the Elks, as that was Burton on the carry there. Quarterback for the Elk City, number 14, Logan Webb, junior QB, got a good solid arm, has gotten better as the year has gone on in his first year as a starting signal caller out here for the Elks.
And I believe that was Shanuel, who's back this week after being gone a couple of weeks, that met him at the line of scrimmage and took him down right there.
Curious to see how Coach Brickman involves Shanuel on the offense as well. Obviously, he's been a big part of it until he went down a couple of weeks ago. Run up the middle here. Good, strong run, breaking through some tackles across the 45. He is Burton. He is short of the first down marker, but not by much. A third down and about 1 coming up.
And get used to seeing this. I think this is what you'll see most of the time. They're just going to run it and try and just run it. And then about the time you get used to run it, watch out for Bowie, number 3, who's been lining up down here at the bottom of your field.
Closing in on the 9-minute mark to play here in the opening quarter. And you're right, Billy. Obviously, Elk City, ground and pound, the name of the game for the Elks. They like to play physical brand of football. And you're seeing that here with their first couple of plays. Third down and 1. Handoff. Didn't get much, but I think he got enough to get the first down. Only need about a yard, and he got a yard and a half, if that. But it is going to be a first down, move the sticks for the Elks.
Yeah, they were just kind of going right up that gut, and you're going to have to see a lot of substitution for Newcastle right there on the line. They got that big, experienced line. They know how to drive them. They're going to have to find a way to cut and get through them.
So 1st and 10 to the 48-yard line for Elk City. You can even see right now, I mean, they're not one of these teams that's going to run a lot of like tempo, let's get up and go. They take their time, they get the call in, they run the ball, they milk clock. That's how Elk City plays. They're comfortable playing a low-scoring, quick kind of game. Now you have a flag coming in here right on the snap. They getting somebody lining up in the neutral zone here? It was right on the snap. Must be, as it's going to go against Newcastle. I think somebody lined up in the neutral zone because I didn't see anybody jump.
No, I didn't either. I'm wondering if whenever they put 5 into motion, they had some. I didn't see the number for Newcastle on the other side, but he kind of ran up. I wonder if he accidentally maybe took a step too far.
So the penalty makes it 1st and 5 for Elk City. Coach Zach Maynard with a all-time turnaround. This Elk City program from where it was a few years ago to where it is now. An 11-win season last year. Run here to Burton again around the right side. Combo tackle of Burchett and Bradford wrangles him down, I think just shy of the marker. It'll be second down and a hair.
Yeah. It's close enough. You wondered if they'd give it to him or not.
And they got a offensive lineman, Gimpy, there for Elk City. That's Aiden Muse, sophomore offensive lineman.
You get him first.
He's staying in the game, even though he's hobbling around. I admire the toughness, but if you're Elk City, you may want to make a sub there. We'll see if Newcastle take advantage of it. He's trying to block Elcision on that side.
Oh.
Quick handoff here, goes nowhere. Newcastle all over it. Burt wrapped him up. And they did give him a first down on that previous play. I didn't realize that. So it's now second down and 10 after that run goes nowhere.
Yeah, that was an excellent one. Burt just met him right at the line. They tried that quick, kind of that fullback wishbone handoff, and he just went nowhere.
So 2nd and 10 after the run for no gain. 7 minutes to play in the opening quarter. For a first round of the playoffs. 2nd and 10. Another run here for Burton up the middle. Gets forward for a solid pickup of about maybe 4 yards. And a third down and medium coming up for the Elks just inside the Racer 40.
This would be a good place for a stop. This is kind of where they stopped us as well. Be a good place to get them stopped, make them decide what they want to do, get the ball back.
Third down and 6 is what it's called officially at the Racer 38-yard line. Certainly an opportunity at this point to try and buckle down. We'll have to see what Elk City's got in terms of a kicking game. Didn't seem like they were trying much of any kind of real distance in warm-ups earlier. Now we have whistles right on the snap again. This could be a big call. If it's either way, it's a big call. I didn't see a flag thrown.
No, I didn't either. I think they're thinking that they're saying Hunter Berry needs some padding or some kind of uniform adjustment.
Looks like they're letting Berry stay in the game, so I'm not sure what that was. You're right. The official came over and talked to Hunter Berry, but there was no penalty flag. So we're back. We're still where we were, 3rd and 6 at the 38. Interesting. I wonder what that was.
I don't know. It had something to do with the shoulder pads.
Yeah.
I saw him working on it.
Well, 3rd and 6 it remains. Run here up the middle, pushing forward inside the 40, down near the 31-yard line. I think he might be short. That was Tucker Garza on the run, and they're going to give it to him, first down. This officiating crew is willing to move the sticks if it's close, put it that way. So 1st and 10 at the 32. He needed the 32. He pretty much got to the 32. And they give him the first down. So 1st and 10 right there. Elk City on the move. All run plays so far. Not one ball in the air just yet for Coach Maynard. And this Elks offense already past the midway point of the first quarter. Moving right along here.
Oh, right along.
Webb under center again. Back to Garza. Left side.
There's a
And
hole.
a nice hard run, and he gets a big chunk of yardage here.
Yeah, that line opened up a really big hole there just to the left side of center, and he just went right behind a couple of his big blockers.
He's at about the 24-yard line, sets up a 2nd down and call it 2. So the Elks are just playing their game right now. A lot of ground and pound, marching down the field. Nothing fancy by any means, but it's working. Can the Racers find a way to buckle down and bend but don't break here? 2nd down, Garza again with it. Runs through some contact to get a few. That's going to be enough for a first down right on the outskirts of the red zone, maybe even at the 20. They're going to give him the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 right there. Elk City continuing to march their way down here, trying to get themselves an early lead. 4:45 to go in the quarter.
That was an excellent play. That was the first time I saw them cut back instead of just run right where they're headed. Did not surprise Newcastle at all.
So 1st and 10 there. Can the Racer defense find a way to get Elk City into some longer down and distance scenarios where they have to throw? 1st and 10. Run around the right side for Burton. He'll get forward for a 3 or 4 yard pickup or so. 2nd down coming up. That's going to be the key right now. Is can Newcastle find a way to get Elk City into an obvious passing down to force them to, try to do it, but then also let your defensive ends and your pass rushers that have been so good for you have a chance to go to work.
Well, they've just got to find some adjustments for that line. The line is really moving them, and so they need to find some adjustments to block those holes.
2nd down and 7 here for Webb and Elk City. The run goes back to Garza, pushing forward. He gets a few more. And here comes another 3rd and short. Nothing fancy.
No.
And this will work. You get 3 or 4 yards a clip. You're going to keep moving the sticks, and you're going to do just what you set out to do. That's what Elk City's doing right now.
Yeah, they're just playing their game right now. And again, we're just here three some minutes left in the first, but they're playing their game.
Yeah, clock is just melting away here on this possession. Looks like it took over about 10 minutes. It worked all the way down to 3. Another run here right side. This is Burton this time, running through some contact inside the 10. That's another first down. And it'll be 1st and goal for Elk City right at that spot.
And if you didn't see those helmets hitting in the camera, I'll just tell you about it from right here. They are hitting incredibly down there. So they just haven't stopped them yet. Let's see if they can bend but not break.
Inside of 3 minutes now to play in this opening quarter. All run plays on this drive. I haven't kept track of how many plays it's been, but it's been methodical. What a possession this has been. A dream start for Elk City. Another run here, left side, Garza. Run through some contact, pushing forward. Can the pile get to the goal line? It does. Touchdown, Elk City. Tucker Garza from 8 yards out. And that was a machine of a drive for the Elks.
And that's exactly what you knew coming in. That's what they knew. Newcastle knew coming in. It's a difference between knowing what to expect and having the ability to stop it right off the bat. So now you're going to have to see Brickman make some adjustments so that he can move that and can get that stopped.
Extra point attempt here coming up will be attempted by the Elks' Cameron Nicholson, a freshman wideout DB doing the kicking honors here. And it wasn't pretty, but it goes through. And with 2:38 to play in the first quarter, the Elks are on the board first. They lead at 7-0. How do the Racers' offense respond? We'll find out after this break right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
So that's Will, and that's Tim. And the farm has been in the family now how long, Tim?
100 years or so.
You stopped counting?
Yes.
The idea that 1.5% of this country is feeding 330 million people 3 times a day.
You shut down a lot of oil and gas, you shut down a lot of U.S. ag. All of a sudden, we start paying a lot more for food, and there's a lot more hungry people all over the world.
Back at Big Elk Stadium in Elk City, Oklahoma, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. First round of the 4A playoffs. Elk City on the board first on top of the Racers 7-0. A methodical marching drive, all runs for Elk City all the way down the field. Not one particularly big play either, just 4 or 5 yard chunks. Capped off by an 8-yard touchdown run from Tucker Garza. And
I think
they have a 7-0 lead. So Garza do the honors on the kick here. Be fielded at about the 25-yard line. This is Jalen Lane. Got some room here on the far side. A great open field tackle by the Elks, number 8. That's Slade Josie. Quite the name. A junior for the Elks making a big open field tackle. If he didn't make that play, Lane had some room.
Oh, yeah. I think he would have gone quite a ways. So that was a good tackle back there. I'm really wanting to see what Brickman does to come back and counter some of that aggressive play.
Feels like kind of a sneaky, massive drive now. You got to find a way to respond after the way this game has begun. Down 7-0. Burt fires over the middle. Pass caught. Rex Heskew past the 35-yard line. First down, Newcastle. And like we said, all year pretty much. When in doubt, you look for number 4, the most sure-handed guy on the team when it comes to the wideout room.
It just seems like time slows down when he finds that spot in the zone just to be open.
So first down, Newcastle. Good way to start the drive. Handoff goes to Bradford. Takes a good shot right at the 40-yard line, but not before he had kind of bobbed and weaved his way ahead for 5.
That was a good run. What was good about that play is that they caught them over pursuing, and they had the line come in, did some adjustment, came through there and made some blocks.
Second down, go back to Bradford again here, and he's wrangled up pretty quick this time. Burton in there for Elk City. Also in there for the tackle is Blake Red, senior D lineman. Now you got third down and 3 for Newcastle.
Yeah. Important 3.
Yes. 1:33 to play and counting in this opening quarter. Newcastle an early 7-0 hole. Still obviously a very long way to go here at Big Elk Stadium. Third down. Run up the middle. This is Trey Burchett, who's been out in recent weeks, back in action tonight, and he's wrangled down right at the stake. It's going to be close, but they're going to give it to him. First down, Newcastle. There was not a lot there. That was a lot of just sheer willpower from Trey Burchett to carry the guys with him to the line.
Yeah, you just see his head kind of hanging out there. You know he's pushing with those legs inside that pile. So that was a good job getting that first down.
So first and 10 at the 47. Newcastle on the move here. Burt shotgun snap, back to pass, fires. Man, wide open. Teskew at the 45. Cutback move. Wrangle down inside the 40. First down again. Newcastle getting a little bit of rhythm here offensively.
Well, and it had some guessing as well. I think in that first one, they kind of knew what to expect. They knew when they were going to go for the pass. It seems like one of the adjustments is he's passing when they don't know if he's going to pass or run, and running if they don't know if he's going to pass or run.
Under a minute to play in the opening quarter. Racers on the move. Run for Burchett here around the right side, and he's popped down. Stopped in his tracks after a gain of 3. A couple of brown jerseys in there on the smack.
That's good to see him back. Number 16 there, jogging off the field, getting a rest. He's been out a couple of weeks, had an injury he's fighting with. They cannot get 3 and longs.
No. Second down and 7 after the first down run. Back to Bradford here, right up the middle. He's got room. TJ Bradford, turn on the burners, carrying a guy with him inside the 15. Big run for Bradford.
Yeah, that was an excellent run, excellent blocking. You saw the hole even from over here that they had open for him, and so you get behind him. The good job defensive line.
Quick to the line, first and 10 inside the 15. Burt, QB keeper, running hard, got a flag coming in as Burt's tackled down inside the 10. While they get this flag, go ahead and make sure we get our red zone sponsor in, which is Trinity Restoration. Top quality roof repair restoration. Call them at 405-695-7040. Looks like the penalty here is against Newcastle.
Yeah, threw it right in there where there was a hold. That one kind of collapsed. I don't know. I don't know if the handoff to Bradford, keep running him up the middle or not, but you know just that hold right there. That's about the area where they hold every week, it seems.
So a tough penalty there backs him up back outside the red zone as it's 1st and 20 now. 10 seconds left in the quarter. They got time for one more snap if they want it, and they will. Run to Bradford, popped immediately. Buried in the backfield. That was a heck of a job by Elk City's number 5, Colin Church. He's basically on the ground, but got after Bradford's ankles, stopped him in his tracks. And it'll be 2nd down and a whole lot for the Racers coming up when we start the second quarter. First quarter are in the books, moving right through. They're at Big Elk Stadium. After 1, it's Elk City 7, Newcastle 0. Second quarter on the way on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
Back at Big Elk Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier, Carson Wade on the production, and Ryan Martinez up top working the camera. Second quarter now at Big Elk Stadium. The Elks lead at 7-zip. Newcastle, though, on the move here. All they have to do with a 2nd down and 20. Burt, pressure in his face, going to fire. Got a man. It's caught. That's Jalen Lane. Tackled down inside the 15. A nice contested catch for Jalen Lane. Gets up about 10 yards or so to make this 3rd down much more manageable than it would have been before.
Well, that's the truth. Boy, that was a great touch pass there.
Yeah, it was.
He couldn't get his foot down and plant it, and that was a great touch pass.
So 3rd down and 9 now for Newcastle. Almost certainly 4-down territory. And now that's going to help. A couple of Elks jump here. Yeah, that's an offside penalty against Elk City to make it now 3rd down and 4. Boy, how much does that help?
Oh, huge.
Now you can run the ball if you want. 3rd and 9, you're throwing. 3rd and 4, you can think about it.
That's right. Now they don't know what's coming again.
3rd down for the Racers. Ooh, almost got a couple of guys to flinch again there. Got to get to about the 3-yard line. They are going to throw. Burt fires. Got Bradford caught. Makes the man miss. Touchdown, Newcastle. Who else? TJ Bradford.
Great job. Great throw by Burt. Stood in there, saw the guy coming in his face. Put it right there, right at the goal line. Great job. Great touchdown. They needed that. They needed that bad. And I think with it being the end of the first quarter, gave their defense a little bit more time to rest, which I think is going to be something that's going to be very important tonight.
I agree. After that first drive for Elk City where they just marched down. Extra point is up and through for Toby Batchelder. And with 11:29 to play in the second quarter, we are back even 7-7. Timeout on the field, Elk City ball after this break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
Back at Big Elk Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. Racers eat it up at 7 here in the very early stages of the second quarter. Second quarter brought to you by Contemporary Family Dentistry. The number one goal is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Come in and experience the difference. 1117 Northwest 32nd Street. And give them a call at 405-387-9300. Billy, obviously huge that the Racers,
Yes.
you give up that touchdown drive and you're down 7-0. You feel like you're on your heels a little bit early. Quite the response by this Racers offense. Get down, tie this thing back up.
Great response. Great response. I got to ask you a question, Josh. Would you onside it right here?
I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it. I mean, I probably still kick it away for now. But if you give up another drive like you did, you're going to have to try and find a way to steal some possessions in this game.
Well,
if you don't feel like you can get stops.
If they can't stop that
It's been
run,
one drive.
Well,
so
that's
we'll
true.
We'll
But if
see.
they can't stop that run, at least shorten the field, it'll shorten the time.
That's true. That's also true. That's a good point. They do have Batchelder kick it away. Good to see Batchelder back, by the way. He missed last week's game against Bethany as well. Return here. Spin move and wrangle down shy of the 30-yard line is Cole Bowie, junior wideout and DB for this Elk City team.
And he's one of those special players I talked about before the game. I would continue keeping your eye on him. Good tackle there by Schumard.
So here comes a big drive now for the Racer defense. How do they answer after Elk City just marched it right down the field on them? All run plays. Like I said, not that many of real big length, but 4 or 5 yards a clip is going to – I can do that math. That's going to get you a first down every single time.
Right, and it'll kill you two ways.
Yep. Run on first down here and being upended for a short pickup there. First carry of the night for Jaden Wynn, junior fullback, getting the nod there.
That was good. That was a good tackle. We've seen Rex Heskew doing tackles like that lately where he goes in at the legs and really just puts a pop right there on the thighs.
Give him 3 yards. Second down and 7 to the 31. Got to get to the 38. Can Newcastle keep the momentum on their side? So important in these playoff games. This run up the middle goes absolutely nowhere. So here comes Newcastle. This is what we were just saying before. Finding a way to get the Elks into obvious passing downs. This would qualify. Third down and 7 or 6. This far in your own end, you're going to almost certainly throw the ball here.
Well, did you see who was getting up from the pile from the tackle? Your favorite player, number 45, Heavy J.
Heavy J.
He got in there, clogged it up, and grabbed some legs and put it into the run.
A D-line with obviously Taj and then Alcision, Hunter Berry. It's a really, really good group. They've been great all year. Finding a way to buckle down right now. Third down and 6. Do they let Webb throw or do they run it again? Pitch outside, trying to get to the edge. Pass at 35, low in the shoulder. Oh, that's a friendly spot. Okay, yeah, the near side official marking him back. That was Garbarino, who we saw a lot in this matchup last year. And he looked to be short based off where that official, based off where the official on the near side is sticking at the 35. They needed like the 38, so this is going to be fourth down.
And he is absolutely right. He ran out of bounds about 2 or 3 yards before he ever made contact.
He was on top of that. It's a good call by the official on the near side. Now you got fourth down. And this would be very gutsy for Coach Maynard. Webb is under center. Talk about a massive spot, and Coach Brickman could feel it. He takes a timeout and says, let me make sure my guys are ready for this, because this is a huge spot. If they stick with this, Billy, and go for this, I know it's 10:03 to play until halftime. We got a long way to go, but boy, what a huge swing moment this feels like it could be for Newcastle if you get the stop.
Well, this would be just one of those points in the game. If they miss it, then the momentum all goes to Newcastle short field. If they make it, then the momentum goes to them because they continue their run up the field.
Yeah.
So this is a huge play right here if they go for it. I wonder if they're going to step back and go for the kick. I also wondered if they were going to go for the offsides play like you see Newcastle doing.
I don't love going for it if I'm Elk City, frankly. No. You're still really far away. First down, what does the first down get you? Obviously, yes, it keeps the drive going, obviously, but it's not like you're knocking on the door right now. It's a big gamble. I feel like the beneficiary is much higher for Newcastle if they get the stop than if Elk City converts it. So we'll see what they decide to do.
I think you make a good point there. First down at the 38-yard line, your own 38.
Yeah.
The cost is way too high, better than the reward.
So we'll see if they stick with it or if they decide to punt it away. Webb is out there, but obviously a lot of these teams let their quarterbacks punt, so I don't know what that means much. They certainly are huddling up like they might be going for this.
Well, last time they ran up to the line real fast.
And they look like they're going to go for it. Webb under center. Huge opportunity for the Racer defense. Couple of flinches. Boy, that's a weak call. I mean, did anybody even actually jump? Boy, I'm surprised by that.
Well, I saw 5 Bradford. He kind of stood up.
A couple guys moved.
Yeah, they stood up, but I didn't see anybody go forward.
It's not a false start. It's not it's not. Well, that's a brutal turn of events for Newcastle as the penalty results in a first down for Elk City.
That'll come back. We'll have to watch that one in replay.
I mean, a couple guys definitely moved, but that's not a penalty in and of itself. You got to either touch somebody or come across the line. I don't know if anybody did, but it's a first down nevertheless. Doesn't matter now. Garbarino on the pitch. Nowhere to go. Nice tackle by Longman diving in to get the feet of Garbarino.
Yeah, that was a lot of yards run for very few yards. It looks like they just got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
If they can keep them 3rd and long back there, I think you got a great chance at turning this ball over and getting back on offense.
Yeah, that's going to be the key, is just not letting Elk City continually have 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. That's where they want to be. That's what their offense is built to do, forcing them to try and have to air out, do some other things. That's going to be your key so far. Elk City still has not even attempted a pass.
Well, and I think the defense needs to do a lot more stunts. Watch this one go up the middle.
2nd down, run right up the gut here, pushing forward and not getting much, a yard or 2 at most for Jaden Wynn. This has been interesting for Elk City, too. They've gotten away from Garza and Burton, who were the 2 guys that marched the whole last drive. It's been all Garbarino and Wynn on this possession. Not that those aren't still very good players. We saw what Garbarino could do to Newcastle last year, but when you have a drive where 2 guys just absolutely kill the opponent, you think you would stick with it.
Well, and it looks like possibly Brickman and Bradshaw have made some adjustments there on the line because they're having a lot more difficulty getting through the line. I don't want to jinx them.
3rd and 6 here on the 45. Got to get to the plus 49. They are going to throw for the first time. Webb fires to the far side and a bad pass. Short hop to his man Bowie, who had got some separation. If that throw was on the numbers, it's probably a first down, but the throw comes well short, and now I think we may be seeing a punt for the first time.
Well, I think that would probably be the key right here because nobody's going to move on Newcastle. If he'd have caught that ball, that bit pass would have been right on. And that's a hard pass. You're throwing it before he makes his cover, but he would have got down to almost the red zone.
And Webb, watching some tape this week, he has a pretty good arm. I don't think he doesn't have the arm for that as the punt is away. And it'll bounce just side of the 20. Heskey will field it on a hop. Gets tackled immediately, but he still saved about 10 yards of field position probably by fielding that. To finish that thought, I think Webb's got the arm certainly make that throw, but I think there's probably something a little bit to be said of that. We're at 8:28 to play. That's his first throw.
Right.
It's kind of hard to go that long without throwing a real game action pass, and then, like I said, that is a tough throw.
And when you practice that, you practice throwing it before he makes his cut and turns around. So when he turns around, the ball's right there. So that being the first pass, it's probably hard to tell where he's going to cut and where he's going to be.
Yeah. So Racers get a big stop. Now they're back on offense for their 3rd possession. Like I said, 8:28 to play in the first half, right at the 20. You go to Bradford on first down, make a guy miss. TJ Bradford is shifty, big hit, but he's tackled down right at the 30. By the way, in at quarterback, we questioned it, and here he is, Jackson Shanuel in there, number 15.
And you got to give it to number 2 there. That was Aiden Schumard, number 2. He when he saw that Bradford was coming through that hole, he got downfield and made a block to get him about 5 more yards.
They give Bradford the first down on that run, 1st and 10 to the 30. Jackson Shanuel steering the ship here at quarterback. Fake the jet sweep, and he takes off right up the middle. Jackson Shanuel, shoestring tackle by Bowie. Saves what would have been a massive play. It's still a pretty darn good one. A gain of 13 and another first down.
Well, that was a great fake. I missed it. I thought that Lane had it coming around the end. I was worried about him getting hit there.
There was just the parting of the Red Sea up the middle. Shanuel took off, and if Bowie doesn't get him, Shanuel might still be running.
Oh, yeah.
1st and 10 at the 43. Shanuel back to Bradford this time. There goes T.J. Bradford. Cutback move across midfield and down, just shy of another first down. Meanwhile, Burt goes flying at the end of that.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there.
Burt was at the exact opposite end he started on.
And it's something we've seen a lot more of, too. Whenever Shanuel's at quarterback, keeping Burt in as a tight end. Bradford again, up the middle, first down inside the 45. So the Racers kind of giving Elk City a taste of their own medicine here, just pounding the rock and moving the sticks.
Well, and it's a good idea. You have these guys that want to play power football, but they play both ways, offense and defense. So they're going in there, they're wearing them out, they're wearing them down. You're going to have a hard time having 3rd and 4th quarter if you wore out in the 2nd.
7-12 and counting to play until halftime. Newcastle on the move here in a tie game on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Lane split out wide. Nobody's covering him right now. Shanuel faked the handoff, and he was going to throw, but Elk City snuck a timeout in there. I think the Elk City sideline realized, hold on, are we covering everybody? So Coach Maynard and the Elks take a timeout. We'll take it with them. 6:59 to play in the first half. Tie ball game on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list.
Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again.
We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting, so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma, because we wouldn't be a community without you.
Back at Big Elk Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Newcastle on the move here, 1st and 10 at the Elk City 44. 6:59 to play in the first half. Lane in motion. He'll get it on a jet sweep. Not a whole lot there at all. Going to lose a few yards. Always tough when you do those kind of jet sweep plays to the short end of the field.
Yeah, I think having it to the short end of the field really did hurt them. There were 4 guys there just waiting for him at the line of scrimmage.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver. Obviously, Jordan Lane, as speedy as they come, but only so much you could do there. So a big loss on first down. This is what Newcastle has hurt them in this game. Getting behind the original line of scrimmage. Second down run for Burchett, nowhere to go. He might have lost another yard or so. So Elk City out of that timeout has had a couple of nice plays here. Now Newcastle's way backed up.
And you can see you're in the playoffs. Everybody's making adjustments. Coaches making adjustments in the halfway through the second quarter. Newcastle getting ready to make the second adjustments they've made in this game. So let's see what happens here.
So now you got 3rd down and 14. They're on the 48. They got to get to the 35, 34. So call it 13, 14, somewhere in there. Long way to go. Shanuel on 3rd down. Pressure right up the middle. He'll throw it off. It's caught by Longman.
Wow.
There goes Caden Longman, making guys miss inside the 30. Tackle down. 1st down, Newcastle. What a play. Shanuel had Burton coming in, shot out of a cannon, laid him out, but he laid one out there for his other quarterback, Longman, who's got great speed. And he made things happen, made some guys miss. 1st down, just like that.
What a great call. Just a little
excellent play design.
Throw right there up short.
1st down run for Bradford, right up the gut. And that's a nice big chunk of yardage on 1st down, just in the outskirts of the red zone again.
And I like that run. You saw him. He looked right at the defender, went face mask to face mask with him, and drove him backwards.
2nd down and 2, and quickly up to the line. Bradford has it, running hard. It's going to be another 1st down in to the Trinity Restoration red zone.
Well, and you're seeing Newcastle kind of having their way with them right now.
Yeah, and to steal a point from our producer, Carson Wade, in the break, Elk City's looking a little tired right now. I mean, you're running quick, you're getting up to the line, you're running it right at them. You saw after the timeout, they had a couple of nice plays, and now they're right back to it, getting on them, and you're seeing the difference it makes. So into the red zone, Newcastle, as we are sitting at 5:14 to play in the first half, trying to get their first lead.
Well, and you had them third and long, and they pick up the 1st down. That's got to be demoralizing.
Yes. Our brains were in sync there, Billy.
It hurt.
1st down inside the 20. Shanuel throws out in the flat, caught by Jordan Lane. He's got speed on the edge. Jordan Lane, cutback move, still on his feet, and he's in. Touchdown, Newcastle. Jordan Lane making things happen.
Well, and you saw the 2 receivers go out. If you watch it on the replay, 2 receivers go out. The pass is behind the line so they can go ahead and block the defensive backs. So he catches that ball, and he has blockers out in front of him, and he gets into the end zone. So great job. And it's good to see Batchelder back out here.
13-7 on the 18-yard touchdown from Shanuel to Lane. Extra point from Batchelder's booted through. And with 4:51 to play until halftime, Newcastle's got their first lead, 14-7, here at Big Elk Stadium. Timeout on the field. We'll be back right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Back at Big Elk Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier, 4:51 to play until halftime. And old Uncle Mo is on the Newcastle side of things right now. Billy, 14 unanswered points after they went down 7-zip.
Oh, and that is huge. Just to stop them, they stopped them, had to punt it, and then they go down there. A couple of times it was 3rd and long, and they were able to get past the sticks. I think the biggest thing working for them is that Elk City has no idea what's coming.
Yeah.
They don't know if they're going to pass or not, and that was a great job of just mixing that up, not doing run on first, run on second, pass on third, but mixing it up.
Seeing Coach Brickman dialing up the quick passing game. Both touchdowns have come on. There's little dump-off passes, letting their athletes get out in space and try to make something happen. Obviously, that big third down conversion the same way. So far, so good for Newcastle after that first drive stalled out. So Batchelor boots it away. We fielded by Bowie inside the 10. Little stuttered move. And a nice open field tackle there by the Racers.
Scagnetti.
Yep, Scagnetti, who's kind of getting a bit of a rep for tackles on the kickoffs especially. Seems like he's the guy making a play almost every time.
Well, when you have somebody go down like Brady Rice, him stepping in right there is just not missing a beat. Of course, Miss Brady, I wish him the best, had surgery this week. But Scagnetti coming in there and catching him like that and bringing him down. Bowie's not an easy man to tackle.
And you saw Rice, too, come out with the captains for coin toss. Like you said, just had surgery, so was in a wheelchair. Really cool to see there.
That was.
So, Elk City, here we go. First and 10 on the 18, 4:45 to go until halftime. Another big drive here because obviously Newcastle will get the ball, Elk City will get the ball and start the second half. Run here to the right side. Nothing there again. He does get a couple out of that.
Well, and again, the defensive ends are doing a great job keeping it inside. You saw right there a linebacker stepped up into that gap. I don't know if it was Lovejoy, who it was, but they stepped right up in that gap, and there was nowhere to go.
This is another thing, too, where Elk City, we talk about them getting them behind this chains. The same thing, logic and concept applies to the scoreboard. They're not a team built to play from behind.
No.
Now, it's a one-score game, but even right now, you got 4 minutes. That's a long way to go when you're running just little chunky yardage. You need big plays, and now they're going to have to take a timeout here. So the second timeout taken by Coach Maynard and the Elks with 4:04 to play until halftime. Like we said, Elk City gets the ball to the second half. So, the way Newcastle has flipped this thing, Elk City certainly has the opportunity to flip the thing right back.
Yep.
If they can get in the end zone here, tie it up, and they know you get the ball short the second half. So we'll see what happens. Big sequence here before halftime.
Well, and I think you can see the players going down on their knee. Well, no, you can't see it there on the screen. But I think it's good. These timeouts that they're calling are giving our defense time to rest. Some of those guys play on offense too, and it's a much faster-paced offense. So these timeouts are really, I think, working to Newcastle's benefit.
Stick with us at the half, by the way. We'll have the bands perform here at Big Elk Stadium. The Racer Band did make the voyage. Lots of Racer fans made the journey out here as well. So we'll have the bands perform, and, of course, Billy and I will give our thoughts on the first half. We'll give you some scores from around before a playoffs tonight, and we'll also look ahead to what the Racers got to do to get the job done in the second half. Halftime show coming up shortly here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. So it'll be second down and 8 for the Elks at the 20-yard line when we get back to it. Webb back under center. He will fake the pitch, pressure off the edge, and he's wrangled down and thrown to the turf. Quarterback on quarterback crime. Burt on the sack.
That was a great play coming off that edge. That's kind of what you saw against Burt earlier. So he got to return the favor to them. Boy, they lost some major yards.
And this is, talk about get behind the sticks. This is the extreme version. You got 3rd down and 17 now after the sack off the edge by Jackson Burt.
Now, I don't think the fullback's going to make this. They're going to have to, I wait for the pass right there. Watch out for big number 3 going there to the top of your screen, covered by Heskew.
3rd and 17, Webb under center. They will just pitch it out here and see what they can get.
They got some open. Ooh.
And a nice pop there as he gets back to about the original line of scrimmage. Obviously well short of the marker. And the Elks will have to punt it again.
Wow.
Run there was from Garza, I believe, number 1.
Boy, and that sack right there kept it. Look at that 4th down, and they're not even up to the sticks. That was huge.
The Racers are going to have great field position back the other way. We just ran under 3 minutes. Newcastle still has 2 timeouts to work with, so they're going to have plenty of opportunity here to try and pad that lead before halftime. High snap on the punt. Good job fielding it. Kicks it away. It's a high punt. Heskew will let it bounce. And it takes an Elk City hop. And we'll roll down at the 37.5 or so. That's where Newcastle will set up shop. 2:38 to play until halftime. So since that first drive, Billy, where Elk City took about 8 minutes and just pounded it down the Racers' throat all the way down the field, it's been pretty darn good for this Racer defense.
Well, and that's something that if you don't watch the team in and out and you don't watch the coaching staff, Brickman is phenomenal at making those changes, those just moving things around. And this is one of those things he's shown on defense as well as offense.
So the Racers back on offense. It's still Jackson Shanuel, interesting, at quarterback. And he's back to pass. He'll fire on the near side, looking for Schumar. Skipped it in, and it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up.
And a good thing that it stopped the clock. So it saved them a timeout, but they got to get going.
On their own 38-yard line, the tip of the ball is.
Keep an eye on the lane, boys.
2nd and 10.
Oh.
See, that's not any different than what happened earlier. 2nd down it'll be. Heskew comes in a little bit tighter. Schumard, Jordan Lane at the bottom. Heskew, Jalen Lane at the top. Shanuel will throw again on 2nd down. Pump fakes to get a man in the air, and he's taken off. Shanuel's got the wheels. He's big, and he can move. Inside the 40, down near the 35. Big run for Shanuel.
Man, that's a man run right there. He came up looking like a caveman after that tackle, rolled it up. That was a great job getting up there. They're up there, to the 35?
Just shy of it at about the 36. Now you got Burt back in at quarterback. Rachel's going a little 2 QB system here. Burt back to pass. Fires. Schumard's got it to 30. Takes a pop. Look at him bouncing off guys down just inside the 30. Sets up a 2nd down and short. You don't see Newcastle do this a lot. Obviously, we've seen them use Shanuel, and obviously Burt's been the starter all year. But typically, it's kind of been one guy for a drive.
Oh, absolutely. And you need Shanuel on defense, so that may be a good reason after that 30-yard, 40-yard drive, bring him back out.
Run for Bradford, running through some contact, bouncing off guys, and he's down just shy of the red zone. TJ Bradford, for not the biggest individual, is really tough to tackle. And now the Racers have it 1st and 10 just outside the red zone again.
And they are hitting. You see them slow to get up. They're tired.
All the momentum right now is with the black and blue, and they are feeling confident at the moment. 1st down. Burt hard count. Clock is ticking, but they got plenty of time. Minute 37, where they're at on the field. Clock not too much of a factor at this point. Burt shotgun snap. He'll pass. Surveys the field all day to throw. Fires incomplete. Had Lane and Schumar both in that zone. I think it was intended for Lane. They're going to complete and stop the clock at 1:28.
Boy, it'll be huge if they can get one more score in here because they're going to come back. Elk City's going to have the ball, fresh legs, fresh breath, and ready to move. So to get another touchdown right here would be huge. And like you said, they are not built for comebacks.
2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. Burt faked the handoff to Burchett. Back to pass. All day to throw again. He's going to fire to the end zone. Got a couple guys down there, but he might have just been throwing that away.
I think so.
He went through the goalpost. I don't think you get any points for that.
No, especially you had Schumard down there and a bunch of Brown.
So it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Be curious to see how Coach Brickman plays this on 3rd down and at what distance does he feel good trotting out his kicker, Toby Batchelder. There is very little to no wind to speak of tonight. The flags, you can't see them on the broadcast, but they're in the end zones, are just dead still, basically.
Well, they're bringing out kind of the jumbo blocker set there, so let's see what happens. They're going to call a timeout.
Yeah, timeout to talk about it. You have that ability to do it. Can't take them with you to the locker room. You might as well make sure you're all on the same page. 1:22 to go until halftime. Coach Brookman takes the timeout. We'll take it too. Big play coming up for the Racers on third down right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
So that's Will, and that's Tim. And the farm has been in the family now how long, Tim?
100 years or so.
You stopped counting?
Yes.
The idea that 1.5% of this country is feeding 330 million people 3 times a day.
You shut down a lot of oil and gas, you shut down a lot of U.S. ag. All of a sudden, we start paying a lot more for food, and there's a lot more hungry people all over the world.
Back at Big Elk Stadium, Newcastle, Elk City, first round of the 4A playoffs. Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on OSN. Newcastle's got 3rd and 10 on the Elk City 20, holding a touchdown lead, trying to add to it before halftime here.
Well, do you think it's 2 down marks right here?
Yeah, that's what's hard to tell. It's how much is he willing to try Batchelder from this distance. Take the handoff, Bird will roll out. He's going to fire all the way to the other side, looking for Longman in the corner of the end zone.
Oh!
Almost picked off. Boy, that was a really good play by Longman to play defense there.
Wow.
And knock that away. That looked like a clear pick for Reese Burton, but Longman stuck with it and poked it away.
Yeah, I don't know, a minute 15?
They're going to try Batchelder.
it.
They're going to try Batchelder.
This will be a 30-yarder. We saw one of these from him earlier in the year.
It'll be longer than 30. It'll be more like 37.
Yeah, I would.
37-yarder, yeah.
You're right.
So we'll see if Batchelder can boot it through. Like we said, very little to no wind to speak of. 1:14 to play. Big opportunity for points here. Spot down for Longman. Kick is up. Got way over the leg. And it's good.
Holy
That would have
cow.
been good from 45-50. That was a bomb off the leg.
That would have been good from
Toby
Woodward.
Batchelder. I think he's all right. He's healthy.
Yeah, I think he's okay. But no, I think he could have kicked that from the scoreboard and out gone in. Great kick.
So 1:14 to play until halftime, and the Racers have got a 10-point lead now after the 37-yard field goal by Toby Batchelder. And now Elk City with just one timeout to work with and not a lot of clock. Going to be tough for them to get down the field with their run-heavy offense, but we'll see.
Well, and you know it was a good kick, a strong kick when the Elk City side even went, ooh.
That was a boot.
That was.
That was a boot. Well, Billy, obviously we're coming up here on halftime. Certainly a lot to like for Newcastle. I mean, the first 10 minutes or so of this game did not go according to plan, but since then, Racers have done a lot of things to like.
Well, they have, and they just got to finish it. They got to do that for the next 2 quarters as well. There can't be any hangovers. You know that Coach Maynard is going to make some adjustments. He's going to do that when they go in at halftime. There's going to be a lot of good talks right there in both locker rooms. And so you got to be ready for adjustments they're going to make and to adjust with that. I think on defense they've adjusted real well. It looks like they're stunting more and not going helmet to helmet. I think that has caused them to wonder what they're going to do and who the blocker has to get. And so to be ready for them to make adjustments. You make adjustments, come out and get them.
So we'll be Dupler on the kickoff here. They have done this a lot this year, working in Dupler in specific moments. Typically, he's kind of been more of the pooch kick guy.
Right.
And maybe they want to avoid a big return here with a couple of dangerous return men for Elk City and Bowie and Jeremiah Jackson. We haven't said his name yet tonight.
Wow.
So we'll see what they do. Again, Elk City's going to have one timeout to work with coming back the other way. 1:14 the clock reads before this kick. Dupler will punch it down to be fielded, fair caught, just in front of the 25-yard line by Elk City's Alex Cupp.
And that was a good job. Good job. Don't kick it back there. I'm telling you, Bowie, if he doesn't tear it up tonight, this is going to be a huge success for Newcastle if he doesn't get one run. And you've seen him come close the last 2 kickoffs, so that was a good one going to somebody else.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, if you're Coach Berkman, you're thinking that with the way Elk City's offense has been very run-heavy so far, just one pass, and it was incomplete. Really, their best bet for getting points for halftime would be a big return, gives them a shorter field. So just kind of live with, about the 25-yard line or so, and now you play defense.
Yeah.
Look at this formation. That's a lot of guys in the backfield.
Yeah.
First down. Webb will hand it off around the outside. Got some room here. And Lane, a good job to get Jaden Wynn out of bounds. It was still a good pickup, but there was nobody there except for Lane, basically.
Yeah.
And it's a first down out near the 40.
I'll tell you what, Jordan got just enough of him or that we'd be talking about a touchdown for the Elks. That was
39.
Good. Excellent blocking, and you saw the receiver come up and cut off that corner. That's what I was talking about with the defensive ends, being able to block that off. Just excellent blocking, getting them out of the way, and blocking the defensive back as well.
He did get out of bounds, which stops the clock, which is precious right now for Elk City, considering they only have one timeout left. Now the officials are having a conversation at about the 40-yard line there on the hash. Elk City came over to the sideline.
Well, as fast as we've gone, we got time for a talk.
Been a pretty quick-moving first half, although not as quick as the Tuttle first half.
No.
That first half zoomed by.
Yeah, it was
we were fine. We were cold that night. So.
Yeah, that's right.
We're in a booth tonight. We're cushy. We got time. Although we do have a long voyage back.
I'd rather go back with a win, so take your time. We got this.
Again, the winner of tonight's game takes on the winner of the Miami-Poto game next Friday night in the quarterfinals. If Poto wins, that game will be in Poto. If Miami wins, the winner of tonight's game will host next week.
Wow. Think how huge that would be.
As of right now, in the second quarter, Poto a healthy 20-0 lead.
It's not over yet.
Not surprising. Pirates, a 10-0 regular season for Poto.
Yeah.
Very, very good program. State champions in 2019. Trying to get back there this year.
All right, and to be the best, you've heard it a long time, got to beat the best.
Yep. First and 10, pitch outside, and a nice gain on first down. And again, getting out of bounds is Reese Burton.
Looks like he's got short of the first down.
Yeah, they're moving the sticks.
Wow.
So it's another first down, and he got out of bounds. So they've not used much clock at all. We're at minute 2. Drive started at minute 14, so 12 seconds, and they're out near midfield.
Yeah, 20 yards.
Got to find a way to keep them in the field right now if you're Newcastle.
Well, they're doing a good job, those outside guards, bringing in the defensive ends. See that?
First down pitch, hold. And again outside. He got out of bounds. Didn't gain a lot, but he got out of bounds.
Yeah.
I've given him a few yards just past midfield.
They're doing a good job cutting off this side and getting over here. See if they maybe catch them over pursuing this time.
58.7 seconds to play in the second quarter. Play clock down to 10 seconds. Elk City needs to get with it a little bit here. They will come up to the line quickly. Webb under center. Does get the snap off. Fake the pitch. Webb's going to throw. Just his second pass of the night, and he's going deep. Looking for Bowie. Lawman back. Oh, boy, almost a circus catch by Lawman. Instead, he'll settle for a pass breakup. Incomplete third down coming up.
Well, that was a great defense right there. Just stayed right on him. Didn't try to shove him, push him. Just stayed right there step for step with him, staying between him and the ball. Great job there.
Yeah, something to be said, too, for a team that's ran the ball all but one play literally before that and not getting caught napping. Like, they're not going to throw the ball.
That's right.
Kind of just jogging, lollygagging it. Stuck right on his man, made that to be a tough throw, and was right on Bowie, knocked it away. So now you got third down. They'll pitch outside. This is Garbarino, and he's going to be short of the marker, knocked out around the 45. Clock will again stop, but now you got fourth down. Now this is an interesting decision now for Coach Maynard, because if you go for this and don't get it, Newcastle have the ball, one timeout, and about, after this play, 40-ish seconds. I mean,
two passes.
Certainly not their own possibility. The way Battilder just booted that last one. This is a bit of a gamble here for Elk City. See what happens. They are going to go. Webb under center. Racer Faithful getting loud on the visitor side. Barry flinched a little bit. That's not a penalty, though. And now they're going to say Elk City took a timeout. So that's their final timeout. So we'll see if that means that they're going to punt.
Well, I don't know. you know your team. You know Maynard knows his team.
Mm-hmm.
You know that he feels in his heart of hearts that on the norm they're not going to go 45 yards in 48 seconds.
Right.
But does he want to give the ball back to the offense is what he's struggling with. Give it back to Newcastle.
I think you punt if you're
I
Elk
think
City.
so, too.
You get the ball throughout the second half. If Newcastle is pinned down even inside their own 20 with 40 seconds and only one timeout, I imagine Coach Brickman would probably even be fairly conservative, taking the half up by 10. So we'll see, though. Obviously, Coach Maynard has rolled the dice a couple times tonight. He's also played it conservatively in other moments, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's not like he doesn't know what he's doing. He knows what's going on. He knows what he'd like to try, and it's all a gamble at this point. 4th and 3 is a gamble no matter what you do, especially if you're between the 35 and the 35.
So it looks like Webb is coming out to go for this for Elk City. They are going to go, or at least I should say their punter's not coming out. You see quarterbacks do a little pooch punt all the time. So not out or impossible they'll do that, although that would be kind of obvious considering that Webb's been under center basically every snap tonight.
Right. Well, and this is going to test the discipline of the defense. What if they pass going around that left side, the weak side, and go back the other direction? Let's see what they do.
There we go. 4th down, Webb under center. They're going to give it on a jet sweep. The ball is on the ground, and now there's whistles, a flag before the snap. That's fortunate for Elk City because Burton dropped that snap, and it's a false start. We'll back them up, but that's still better than the alternative because Burton fumbled the handoff, and now Elk City is going to have to punt.
Yeah, they're going to have to. There's no sneakiness right now.
So, penalty on the Elks, backs them up to midfield, and they will kick it away, and the Rangers will get the ball back. A little bit of time to work with. We'll see how aggressive they are. Heskew back to return, 45 seconds on the clock. Punt away by Garbarino. Bounce at the 15 and will roll down inside the 5. Nice job by the Elk City punt team there to get down and field that.
The clock's still going.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been. And it's down about the 5. So with 32 seconds, Elk City's got no timeouts. They're on your own 5. I can't imagine Newcastle does much here beyond just run the ball once and get to halftime.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll try just one time to one of the speedy receivers and see how that goes. But I'm with you. I think if I was
10, you've had a good first half. You hate to let Elk City get closer on a silly mistake here, but we'll see. You know that Newcastle certainly trusts their senior quarterback, so we'll see.
You had Elcision out here in the flat. Oh, there he goes.
Elcision moves to the other side, just on the line of scrimmage. And they will just run it with Bradford up the middle. Runs forward, carrying guys with him as he often does. Look at this, moving the pile all the way out near the first down marker, just shy of it. But the clock will keep on running here. I don't think Newcastle's going to stop it.
That doesn't look like it.
They're still getting guys out of that pile. Clock continues to tick away, and I think that we're going to go to halftime on that. There's still a big pile.
Nope.
Yeah, like officials are going to wave it and say to stop it with 3.5 seconds.
Yeah. Wonder if they thought somebody might be hurt slow as they were getting up.
Unless Newcastle, okay, now they're going to the clock. Say, unless Newcastle took their last time out, the clock should keep going. But they ran it again, and that'll do it. So that's your first half. Newcastle leads it 17-7 here at the half. Billy, I mean, again, I mentioned it earlier. The first 10 minutes of this game went about as poorly as they could. I mean, Newcastle had to drive stall out. Then Elk City just marched down the field, made it 7-0. But since then, Racers got their footing. 17 unanswered. Got to feel good about where they're at right now going into halftime.
Oh, absolutely. All the momentum is on their side. Everything seems to be going their way. You saw Elk City methodically go down the field and score a touchdown. Since then, you haven't seen a whole lot of extended plays. They get a few first downs, and then it kind of runs out of steam, and they have to punt or they go turn over on downs. I think it's all punts tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So you've just seen how the momentum has completely shifted to the Newcastle side. They take that into the halftime. And so coming out on defense, like I said, it'll be interesting to see what changes that Elk City makes, and they got to be ready for some of that adjustments. But everything right now, Newcastle looks like the stronger team and the better team.
So far, that certainly seems to be the case. Still got a ways to go, though. These games can change radically from one half to the next, so it should be a fun second half coming up for us in just a bit. So stick with us. The stream's not going anywhere. The Elk City band out here is going to perform. Don't believe the Newcastle band's performing, but if they do, it'll be here, right here on the stream. Bill and I will rejoin you here in just a bit, give you some scores around the 4A playoffs tonight, and look ahead to the second half here in just a bit. Racers lead at 17-7 after 2. Halftime show right here now on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
The freshman, Bree Josie, Hope Metcalf, Lily Ripito, and Christiana Smith. Playing tonight for senior Hunter Anderson is Coach Jamie Smartwood. All right, yeah. Keep going, girl. All right, I'd say high school cheerleaders. Right. It's a high school cheerleaders, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget they're still selling chances for that raffle of the 1993 Super Bowl helmet signed by the world champion Dallas Cowboys. All players including Troy Aikman, Evan Smith, Michael Irvin, and several other Hall of Famers. Tickets are just $10 each or $6 for $50. Helmet is on display down by the concession stand on the home side. They'll be trying between the third and fourth quarter, so you still have times for that raffle. You don't have to be from Mount City to win it. Big shout out to Cade Harris, former Big Elk and TCU baseball alumni, who are donating this to the baseball program. You also still have that $6 burger deal moving on the concession stand. $4 for a burger, $6 gets you a drink, chips, and a burger. And again, honoring all of our veterans. Tomorrow is Veterans Day. I was often taught that if you can read, thank a teacher. If you can read in English, thank a soldier. Again, we appreciate all of those for their service, past, present, and future. Again, thank you so much for all the veterans here tonight. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you again for your service. Everybody clap your hands. Clap, clap, clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. All right, now, we're going to do the basic step. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. Right foot, let's do. Left foot, let's do. Cha-cha, real smooth. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. Right foot, let's go. Left foot, let's go. Cha-cha now, y'all. Now it's time to get funky. To the right now. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. One hop this time. Right foot, 2 steps. Left foot, 2 steps. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross. Crisscross. Cha-cha, real smooth. Let's go to the right. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. 2 hops this time. 2 hops this time. Right foot, 2 steps. Left foot, 2 steps. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Keep moving. Yeah. Come on. Cha-cha now. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. 5 hops this time. Right foot, let's go. Left foot, let's go. Right foot again. Left foot again. Right foot, let's go. Left foot, let's go. Freeze! Everybody clap your hands. Come on now. Check it out, y'all. How low can you go? Can you go how low? All the way to the floor. How low can you go? Can you bring it to the top? Like it never stop. Can you bring it to the top? One up. Right foot now. Left foot now, y'all. Cha-cha, real smooth. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One up this time. One up this time. Reverse. Reverse. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Reverse, reverse. Reverse, reverse. Cha-cha now, y'all. Cha-cha again. Cha-cha now, y'all. Cha-cha again. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. 2 hops, 2 hops. 2 hops, 2 hops. Right foot, let's go. Left foot, let's go. Charlie Brown. Slide to the right. Slide to the left. Take it back now, y'all. Cha-cha now, y'all. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. 3 hops this time. Right foot now. Left foot now, y'all. Cha-cha now, y'all. Turn it out. Be looking out for ball 3. It's going to be coming to you soon. But right now, we're going to keep this groove. Here we go. To the right, y'all. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. 4 hops this time. Right foot now. Left foot now. Cha-cha now, y'all. Cha-cha again. Cha-cha again. Turn it out. Take it back now, y'all. Right foot, let's go. Left foot, let's go. 6 hops this time. Right foot, let's go. Left foot, let's go. Right foot, 2 steps. Left foot, 2 steps. Crisscross. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Let me hear you clap your hands. Cha-cha now. Cha-cha again. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. spot you it
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list.
Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again.
We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting, so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma because we wouldn't be a community without you.
All right, back at Big Elk Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier, Carson Wade on the production. Ryan Martinez up top, working the camera, just getting ready to start the second half of this one, this 4A first-round playoff matchup between the Newcastle Racers and the Elk City Elks. 17-7 at the break. As we get ready to get the second half started, give you a few scores from the 4A playoffs tonight. Obviously, first round of the playoffs, that means there's 8 playoff teams, including our own. The winner of this one will get the winner of Miami and Poto, which, as you probably would expect, all Pirates right now, 27-0 in favor of Poto at the break. out there. If that score holds up, that means that the winner of this game would go way out east to take on the Pirates next Friday night in the quarterfinals. Elsewhere on this half of the bracket, you have Blanchard and Cash. The game's on OSN tonight. 7-0 Lions. Very close game right now against the Bulldogs. That game's on OSN. So, again, get out a second screen. That's a very interesting result, obviously, for Racer fans. If you want to look ahead to potential semifinals, if you want to get that far ahead, if you want.
Yeah.
That's a big result there pending. Blanchard on top of Cash, 7-0. The winner of that one will take on the winner of Cushing and Sallisaw. That game's all even right now, 14 apiece at the halftime there between Cushing and Sallisaw. On the other side of the bracket, Clinton leads Bethany 21-14. The winner of that one will get the winner of Ada and Oologah. That's 13-0 Ada right now. Wagner doing their thing, smoking Broken Bow right now, 43-7. So the Bulldogs look like they're well on their way to the quarterfinals. Winner of that one will get the winner of Weatherford and Tuttle, which right now is the Tuttle Tigers, leading Weatherford 28-14 at the break there at Richardson Stadium in Tuttle. Billy, anything stand out from those scores that I just read off? Obviously, that Blanchard game is
a little closer.
I'm intrigued, yes.
I am, but, Blanchard, the way we've seen them all year, they seem to turn it up a notch come the end of third quarter, fourth quarter. So
it wouldn't be the first time that we've checked in on scores and Blanchard's let somebody kind of hang around for a bit, and then it's like, oh, they won by 25.
Right.
Hey, that's all. Yeah, not to get you there. Yeah.
And so that may be a little bit surprising. I thought Cushing would be ahead of Southsaw a little bit more, but I can't say that as though I know a whole lot about them. Poto, it's good. Wagner looks like they scored another touchdown, so it's 50-7.
Okay. Wagner doing their thing.
Yeah. Wagner being Wagner.
Yeah.
So
Wagner had a young man commit to Oklahoma tonight before that game against Broken Bow, Alexander Shield night. So, that's a program that's going to be tough to beat. I believe I had them number 1 in my preseason picks back on the season preview show way back when with Eric back in August, and that's looked pretty good for most of the year. So we're about ready to get the second half started. Thank our kickoff sponsor for the second half, Auto Accessories Unlimited. Billy, quick key for you for the Racers here, up by 10 as we start the second half. What do they got to do to finish this off?
Well, they cannot settle. They cannot just feel they've won the game. They had a big turnaround after that first series, but they cannot just sit back and coast. They're going to have to watch for adjustments that they make. They're going to have to keep their foot on the throttle and on their neck.
Yeah, I agree completely. It's very cliche, but you got to treat it like a 0-0 right now. You're up 10, you're feeling good, but that lead can go away quick. So the kickoff from Batchelor, fielded by Bowie inside the 5. Oh, what a great tackle by Jalen Lane. He's fired up. And Elk City will be pinned back inside their own 20 to start this drive to open up the second half.
Well, and he had to look like he maybe got around him, but he just swiped that foot out of there. Got a great tackle, so it looks like they're starting at the 16.
Yep.
Wow.
Thank our third quarter sponsors we get going here up in the corner there. That's the heat and air guy. There's no AC unit, residential or commercial, that shall defeat the heat and air guy. He's there to protect you from surprises. For all your heat and air needs, give him a call today at 405-305-5734. So, the Elk City offense back out, down by 10. Certainly feels like if you're Coach Maynard and the Elks, you need points on this drive. First run here, not a whole lot there. I think that was Garza for a short pickup of just a couple.
Yeah, hand off to Garza right there. Rex Heskey just kind of staying his ground and getting help from some guys coming around. So it looks like I could pick up about 3.
Second down coming up. The first drive of this game, if you tuned in late, Elk City ate up about 8 minutes of clock, just chomping up yardage, 3-4 yards at a time. Nothing Newcastle could do all the way down the field. Since then, it hadn't been that easy. Run up the middle here doesn't go for much. It actually does get about 3 or 4 out of that, more than it seemed. Sets up a third down and relatively short.
Yeah, that's another good tackle there by Jaron Webb. Grabbed him around the ankles where he couldn't go any farther. Kept him right there, so they're staying in there. That defensive line's staying right there with the offensive line.
Just getting the second half started here on OSN. Glad you can be with us wherever you're watching. YouTube, Facebook, oksportsnet.com with the OSN app. Run here up the middle on third down. Pushing forward is Garza, spinning his way at about the 30 and a first down.
Yeah, that's their ball, right up the middle.
Yep. This is kind of, it's one set of downs, but that's kind of what we saw in the first drive of the game.
Yes.
Very similar, just kind of 3 or 4 yards at a chunk. Nothing flashy, no big plays, but You keep doing it all the way down, it'll get the job done. If you're Oak City right now, you're down 10, but you still have a whole half to play. You don't need to panic yet if you're Coach Maynard in terms of start thinking you need to throw it around all over the place or something. You can still run your offense right now, and you're seeing that early.
Yeah.
First down run here for Garza. Gets a few more. Ends up getting about 5. All these runs kind of seem like there's not a lot there. Then you look up, it's like, oh, we got about 5.
Yeah, you just see them run into a pile of people, then they fall forward again for a few more yards. So it's like they're falling twice.
10:05 and counting to play here in the third. Oak City down 10 points, trying to get this back to a one-score game here on their home soil. Man in motion there was Church. Gets on the other side of the line. Handoff will go this time to Burton, and he's got room. There goes Burton. Reese Burton off to the races. This is exactly what the Elks need. Can he get there? He's tackled down. A great hustle play by Jordan Lay to run him down inside the 10, but a massive run for Reese Burton, and the Elks are knocking on the door.
Wow. That was a great turnback. I don't know if you could see that play developing, but everybody went to the lower part of the field, and they handed off to him going the opposite way, and he just cut through there for some major yards.
So as I was just kind of saying, it's not a lot of big plays. It's not really what Elk City's been doing. How about a 40-yard run right there gets you down 1st and goal. Can Newcastle buckle down here? Run up the middle for Garza this time. Not much, a yard or 2 at most. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
Yeah, it's amazing. Garza still has some breathing after that last run.
That was Burton.
That was Burton on the run.
Burton had the big run. Garza, yeah, it is very challenging. I have to really look closely. Is that a 1 or a 7? The big run was Burton. That was Garza right there.
And if they got the hole, they're going to take it. So,
just under 9 minutes to play here in the third. Webb comes up to the line of scrimmage. Handoff, left side, nothing there at all. Got popped immediately was Jaden Wynn for little to no gain, maybe a yard, maybe. And it'll be 3rd and goal at about the 6 or 7. 6.
Well, it's that bend don't break defense. Oh, I just loved watching Jordan Lane go down and get him.
Yeah, that hustle play, man.
Man, that may have cost him the points.
We'll see. There. 3rd and goal, but forcing him to earn it inside the 10. Big hustle play by Lane, and now Newcastle's got a shot here. 3rd and goal at the 6. Got to think if they can get this just a few more yards, Coach Maynard would be a no-brainer to go for it. We'll see. 3rd and goal. Pitch outside to Garbarino, trying to get to the pylon. Cutback move, dives forward, and he's in. Touchdown, Garbarino. The second effort on the dive breaks the end zone, and it's a one-score game again here at Big Elk Stadium.
Wow, that was just a great play. Hated seeing that. Aiden's Alcision was caught going upfield, and he just ran right in behind him, was able to dive over the people to get across there. So it's time now. Newcastle's going to have to make the adjustments. They're going to have to buckle down. They're going to have to find a way to get those stops.
Yeah, it didn't seem like off the pitch there was a lot of bodies there that he was going to have the space he needed to get to the end zone, but found a way to battle his way to the plane there and dove across. Extra point up and through. And with 8:04 to play in the third, exactly what the doctor ordered for the Elks. It's a 3-point game. Timeout on the field. Racer offense getting the ball back after this break on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Back at Big Elk Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. A big touchdown to open up the second half for Elk City, down 17-7. They marched their way down the field, cap it off with a 6-yard touchdown run by Cooper Garbarino. And just like that, the lead's trimmed from 10-3, and a big drive coming up for the Racers offense.
Yeah, they're going to need to respond, and they need to respond now. I think if they let it go, the momentum will continue to increase the way they run the ball.
Relatively speedy drive by Elk City standards, just a hair under 4 minutes. 8:04 to play. Garza's lining up. This is strange looking. And he will boot it down the field. That was odd. And it'll be fielded just inside the 25 by Jalen Lane. Almost slipped. Gets his full head of steam going, but he's quickly popped down. Nice tackle by Church. And the Racers will set up on about the 26.
Yeah, that was nice little. It almost looked like a pooch punt that went back to the 25-yard line. But I don't know that he'd have gotten a lot more yardage if he hadn't slipped.
So how does Burt and this Racers offense respond? Obviously, after the slow-ish start, that first drive that stalled out, they really got it going in that second quarter. Now how do they answer here to start the second half? Burt on the keeper. Good job to make a couple guys miss to get at least a few out of that. Initially, it looked like that was going to go nowhere. See the official come sliding in at the end of that?
Yeah.
Lost his footing. It's getting a little slick out there, apparently.
Well, and what's sad is I couldn't see the stripes. I thought, what on earth? They didn't get blocked or nothing. They just went into somersault.
Oh, he got hit from behind. I looked at the replay.
Wow.
Reese Burton for Elk City came and popped him from behind. That was unfortunate. 2nd down and 7. Thankfully, he's fine, so we can joke about it. 2nd and 7. Run for Bradford, bouncing outside. Cutback move. Boy, TJ Bradford is elusive. Does a good job to get down about the 33-yard line or so. And sets up a 3rd down and 3. Call it 3rd and 2. They gave him the 39. 3rd and 2.
Gave him a good spot. Favorable spot.
There's a big early play here. Rachel's trying to keep the chains moving, keep this drive alive.
Oh,
that'll help. Burton jumps offside, and this 5-yard penalty will result in a Racers' first down. When in doubt, go hard count, get you 5 freebies.
Well, and I don't even know if that's one that they called, but when Burton came running up to the line like that, Burton knew he had him. I mean, I couldn't see his eyes from up here, but he knew he had him on offsides.
So 1st and 10, as the clock runs under 7 minutes to play in the quarter. Pass to Jordan Lane here, coming up the sideline, hit from behind, but not before he picked up a solid chunk of yardage out to midfield, and that's a first down.
That's good play. Good play, because you expect him if you watch him and Jalen, they run deep almost every time. He faked like he was going deep and cut across the field. Good run there, good pass.
You haven't seen either team. Obviously, these are a couple of really good running teams, but neither team has really aired it out that much tonight.
No.
It's not bad weather. It's actually quite nice. 50 degrees, very little wind. Fake the handoff. Bird will keep up the middle, making some nice moves, running hard down to about the 40. That's going to be another first down for Newcastle to the 39.
Well, that's an excellent read option right there. He saw the defense kind of moving over towards Bradford, so he kept the ball, stopped on a dime, and made it cut.
1st and 10 at the 39. So far, so good on the response. Got to keep it going, though. Handoff. This will go to Burchett, left side, and he's wrangled down after a short pickup. Burton was in there along with Catch Gino for the Elks.
Yeah, they're not going away. I mean, why would you go away only down 3? But they think they can win this game, and so Newcastle's going to have to take it from them.
6:15 and counting to play in the 3rd. Lane in motion. 3 receivers set at the bottom. Handoff goes to Burchett. He's got nothing. Elk City all over that one. Maybe a yard at most. And it's going to be a 3rd down and fairly long, about 6 coming up for the Racers.
Well, and I think Burchett's a little bit taller than Bradford, and so he's not really able to get in there and kind of hide behind those linemen. And so they can kind of see him coming and get ready for him and kind of cut him off there. Let's see what they do.
3rd down and 8. Big spot here. The running back next to Burt is Longman. Almost got another man to jump there. Longman, like I said, back with Burt. You have Jordan Lane, Schumar at the bottom, Jalen Lane, Heskew at the top. The handoff goes to Longman, running hard on the left side. Spin move, and he's wrangled down right at the 30.
Wow.
It's going to be close. I think he's a hair short. This seems like an automatic go for me if it's 4th down and plus than a yard.
Absolutely. Get up there, hard count it, and then go.
And it is going to be called 4th down. Longman did a good job to just shoot out quickly. Spun move to get another yard or two, but he came up just short of the marker. But they are going to definitely go for this. 4th down and less than a yard. Hard count, got a couple flinches. Nobody jumped, though. Bird checking with his sideline.
Well, and you see they got that book there at the top end of the line.
4th down run for Bradford up the middle. 1st down and then some makes a guy miss. TJ Bradford's loose. Nobody's going to catch him. Touchdown, Newcastle.
Wow.
TJ Bradford.
Oh.
Doing what he does. 30 yards to the house.
Looks like a late flag came out there right around the 10-yard line.
I saw it go flying, but I didn't see what it was for.
Well, it looked like it was an impassioned flag because he threw it about 40 feet in the air.
It was very high.
But that was a good run. And how many times have we seen that on 4th down and just about a yard or half a yard, and then he takes it in for a touchdown? That's pretty incredible.
So often, Bradford, if he can make one guy miss, it's over. And he did there. Broke through, broke a tackle, 30 yards. Nobody's going to catch him when he gets going.
No.
Second touchdown of the night for Bradford. Caught one earlier, runs that one home. And the Racers leads back up to 9 points, and they can make it 10 with the extra point here.
Yeah, officials talking for quite a while.
I think they're trying to figure out how they're going to assess the personal foul.
I haven't even seen any. Usually you see the players pointing. I haven't even seen that yet, so it may be offsetting. Who knows?
It's after the play.
Yeah.
So the touchdown's going to count.
Touchdown's good. Just where they'll kick off from is what matters, I think, right now. Here we go.
Official coming to each sideline to explain to the head coaches what's being ruled here, and it is going to be personal fouls on both teams. So essentially that results in a no harm, no foul, or a offset. Call it good. So touchdown counts, 30 yards for TJ Bradford. An extra point here coming for Batchelder. We'll try and make it a 10-point game.
Yeah, that's kind of one of those, hey, guys, get yourself in check. We're not going to put up with that. So that was probably a good foul, the way they've been kind of cracking and hitting out there.
Not sure what the holdup is here now. They're waiting to get set.
There we go.
So here comes the extra point. How do you like on 4th down and less than a yard, and you can run it for 30 and a touchdown? And that you like that if you're Coach Brickman and his Racers staff. Extra point's good for Batchelder. 4:41 to play in the third. Newcastle's lead back out to 10. Take a timeout. Elk City back on offense after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
So that's Will, and that's Tim. And the farm has been in the family now how long, Tim?
100 years or so.
You stopped counting?
Yes.
The idea that 1.5% of this country is feeding 330 million people 3 times a day.
You shut down a lot of oil and gas, you shut down a lot of U.S. ag. All of a sudden, we start paying a lot more for food, and there's a lot more hungry people all over the world.
Back at Big Elk Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. 4:41 to go in the third. Newcastle responds to Elk City's opening half touchdown with one of their own. Makes it 24-14 with 4:41 to go in the third. I mean, Billy, obviously, Elk City comes out. They do exactly what they need to do. They take the ball out of the locker room, march down the field and score, cut it to a 3-point game. But then Jackson Burton, this Racers offense, I mean, chef's kiss response. You go right down the field, 30-yard touchdown run for Bradford, leads back out to 10.
Well, to quote a big-time celebrity, that was huge. It was huge for them to come back like that.
So, 4:41 to play in the third, and Batchelder will kick it away as Newcastle trying to fend the Elks off and get to the state quarterfinals. Still some work to be done. Fielded here by Jackson. He's loose down the sideline. Jeremiah Jackson. This is a big return for Elk City. And he's eventually pushed down just shy of the 40, but a huge return by the sophomore wide receiver defensive back, Jeremiah Jackson.
Wow. That was incredible.
You see why they've been avoiding kicking deep. Both him and Bowie, they've kind of just stayed away from, but not there. And Jackson, a big return, almost took it all the way.
Well, I think it's time to go back to those pooch punts and leave it there at the 25.
So they'll start the drive on the Newcastle 41. Great starting field position, obviously, for Webb and this Elk City offense, trying to get it back to within a score.
I'm interested to see what the defense will do to make those adjustments. Because, again, they just went right at them like they did the first series that they had in the first half. So let's see if they make some of those adjustments and make some stops right here. Because they're not going to punt on fourth down from the 42 or 41.
Going to be a lot of going for it on fourth down at this point. Now clock, it's still 16 minutes to play, but with the way Elk City plays, a lot of run game, got to keep an eye on the clock a little bit here if you're Coach Maynard. Pitch here out to Wynn is a good pickup on first down, just shy of the marker.
Yeah, got tackled there by Burt, and so that was good. Good hustle, get down there and get him, but 8 yards on a run. You're not going to be able to survive letting them get 8 yards on first down.
Second down and 2 coming up for Elk City. Call it 3, I guess, officially. So it's short 3, long 2. Can the Elks get it back to within a score? Obviously off to a great start with that kickoff return and nice first down run. Man in motion there is Church. Webb pitch out. Oh, and he got popped. Jordan Lane absolutely lays out Reese Burton. And there's a flag at the end of that play, but Lane came through and got him right on the thighs.
Yeah, I think they went to the well a few times too many on that one.
Yeah, he just read the play perfectly.
Yeah, it looks like holding.
I don't know. How could you even have time to hold? He was tackled immediately.
Oh,
so yeah, it is going to be a hold. So
they're going to take
great play by Lane, but it doesn't end up holding up technically. They take the penalty instead, and it'll be third down and about 13 after the penalty.
Well, just do it again.
Why not?
No, I have a feeling they're either going to fake it that way or they're going to go the other direction.
Always got to be brutal as a team and a coach when you get holding on a play that got blown up.
Right.
It's like we held and that still happened. So now it'll be second down, and about 13. Back at the 44. Webb under center. He will throw. Only attempted 2 passes. Here's the third. Going deep, looking for Bowie, and he just overshot him. Pretty good coverage by Lane. Bowie had a step on him. If it was a perfect throw, probably would have connected, but that's what it would have took.
Yeah.
An incomplete pass. Only 3 passes attempted by Webb tonight. That one right there, the third.
Well, now you're looking at 3rd and 13, so there you are behind the flags again. So what do you do right here? You're going to pass it? I mean, you almost have to pass it. They've only had one run that's got more yards than that, haven't they?
Yeah, I think you can still run the ball here because you're going to go for it on
true.
fourth down. So, I mean, it's a little bit of a gamble because if you run it for a short pickup, you're saddled with fourth and,
long.
Yeah, long. But if you can get 5, 6, 7, you feel okay. They will run it here with Burton up the middle. Barry's able to wrap him up. And so a decent pickup, but probably not as much as Coach Maynard was hoping for as he's wrangled down at the 40. And now you're looking at a fourth down and about 8.5.
Yeah, and I don't know how you don't go for it.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
Now, what really hurts is you got Burton kind of walking off here a little shaky.
He got spun around kind of awkwardly there in the tackle by Barry. They're at the 40. They got to get to just in front of the 31, so it's kind of a short 9 for Elk City here on fourth down. As we near the 3-minute mark to play in the third. Big opportunity for the Racers on defense. Fake the pitch, Webb will throw. Back to pass, clean pocket. Webb's going to go deep, looking for Bowie, and it's knocked away. Good defense by Heskew. Bowie made an effort for it, but Heskew was all over him. Incomplete pass, Racers stand up on fourth down.
That was a good job. Come on, boys, get back over to that sideline. Game's not over yet.
That was good defense by Heskew.
Great defense right there. This, the fans over here on the Elk City side wanted interference.
It looked pretty clean to me.
Yeah, it looked clean to me as well.
So 2:51 to go in the third. Racers take over on offense, and now you're feeling like if you can get down and get in the end zone again, extra point pending, make it 17, 3-score game with the way Elk City's offense is just not built to score that quickly, you're going to be in pretty good shape here. We'll see, though. A lot of games still to play. 2:51 in the third.
Well, just say real quick, that was a great pass.
Yeah, it was a pretty darn good throw by Webb. You're right. Fake the handoff, pass will throw out. A little short underneath route to Lane, falls forward for a gain of about 8. Nice play on first down.
That's good. And that'll kind of back up those linebackers. That's right in there where you have your third linebacker, maybe your fourth linebacker, the cheat over there. So just those quick things will kind of back them up a little bit, maybe open up a run by Bradford.
Second and short here. Burt will check with the sideline after a hard count. Burt, hand off to Bradford. Ooh, a little bobble.
Wow.
Snap, and TJ Bradford, there he goes. He's loose. He can't be stopped. Touchdown, Bradford again.
Wow, 51 yards. And he just made a hard cut right there, broke some ankles in the brown jerseys, and he just shot it straight up the middle of the field. And when he is going with that much green, there is no stopping him. Great job right there. And I think that's what I was talking about with those passes out in the flat, those quick passes like that, kind of back up your linebackers. It slows up the rush, it slows up the pursuit, and opens up those runs.
TJ Bradford, 51 yards right up the gut. Extra point from Batchelder right down the middle. Makes it 31-14, 2:09 to go in the third. Racers in command. Can they finish? Still some meat on the bone here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Back at Big Elk Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. Racers now lead at 31-14 after the 51-yard touchdown run by T.J. Bradford. When this year began, T.J. Bradford was not your starting running back, Billy. Carson Bolser, obviously a phenomenal running back in his own right, goes down for the season with a knee injury. T.J. Bradford has stepped in and has been just absolutely unreal all season long. He's kept it going into the playoffs. A 30-yard touchdown run and a 51-yard touchdown run in this quarter. Goes with the passing touchdown he caught in the first half. And the Racers now have a 17-point lead late in the third.
Well, and he's averaging just over 121 yards rushing a game. And that's pretty incredible in a team that has pretty good balance between passing and rushing.
And I'll tell you what, I referenced it back in the pregame show, the OSN Awards banquet in February, which Coach Brickman was a nominee for Coach of the Year last year. If I have any say, T.J. Bradford is going to at least be a nominee this year on OSN. I can't guarantee anything as Bowie returns this kick. And it's going to be a flag at the tail end of this as Bowie's tackled down short of the 30. I can't guarantee anything, but I'm going to do everything. If he's not on the ballot, just know it's not because I didn't try, because he has been so good all season long, just a sophomore. Yeah. I mean, what can you say? Every single week, he's making big plays like that happen.
Well, when you hear the term flashes of greatness, you just see it in spurts with him. You'll just see something that's almost like a flash, and then he's gone or he's doing something incredible. It looks like you're marching it backwards.
Yeah, it's a hold on Elk City on the return.
Wow.
And after the Elks, you're feeling the panic is setting in a little bit now. I mean, there's still 14 minutes to go in this game, but you're down 17 points. You aren't built to score quickly. You're built to ground and pound and work your way down the field methodically. You're feeling like, the panic button is starting to get pressed. You got to find a way to get some big plays to flip this thing.
Well, and they're probably feeling like we're not, everything's working against us. And so there's that mindset as you're even playing that you can feel it. And I think that they're feeling it, that tonight's not their night.
The run for Burton up the middle is a solid pickup on first down of about 6. As the clock runs down to 1:40 to go in the third. And whistles on the snap here. It's going to be a false start. And it'll pretty much wipe out that first down run for Burton. As they're going to go backwards 5 yards. 1 year ago, in this very same round, The Racers came into Elk City and lost 28-21. Their season was ended here. We talked about it last week. They had the heartbreaker last year in double overtime to Bethany. Got revenge last week. Still some work to be done here, but on the cusp of doing it again, this time to the Elks. Still some time remaining. Got a whole quarter to play, but so far, so good.
Yeah, and I hate to say anything too soon or anything about the feelings and stuff, but you can just feel all the momentum and advantage is on Newcastle's side.
And now Elk City's going to have to burn a timeout here, just kind of out of sorts right now. And Coach Maynard not happy with his guys. And, this is where right now, if you're Elk City and you're Coach Maynard, you're telling your guys, hey, this is the season. I mean, it's. I know it's hard right now. You've got punch in the gut with these two big Bradford touchdown runs. But you gotta keep playing. You gotta, you're only down 17. It's not like you're down 50. You're down 17. You gotta keep playing. They seemed a little bit like they weren't dialed in there. That false start, they kind of sluggishly getting to the line, had to burn a timeout. I think this is a big timeout to just tell his guys, I know it's hard, but this is not over yet. I mean, this high school football, crazy things happen in high school football. Do I need to bring up the cash game in 2020? I don't want to bring it up, but I'll do it.
I wish we still had some replays of that. That was incredible. But, no, I think you're absolutely right. He's got to tell the guys, look, amnesia. Got to get amnesia. Okay, things haven't bounced our way. That's behind us. Let's look ahead. What's ahead of us? Let's go out there, run, and play like we know we can play. They finished second in their district. It's not like they just squeaked by.
Right.
And so you got
7 games this year. Yeah.
Right. You just got to tell your players, hey, forget about that. Get up there, line up, run the play.
Now, so this was a 3-point game. 15 real-time minutes ago, 20 minutes ago? I mean, you can flip it back. Got some work to do. Racers, meanwhile, small blood in the water on the other side of the spectrum. Second down here, jet sweep run to Burton, blown up. Look at Jackson Burt getting in and blowing that play up. Great tackle in the backfield. Sets up 3rd and long.
Yeah, they're really just running, and I don't know why they've stopped going up the middle. I know they haven't had just a ton of success there, but they're usually getting 3 to 4 yards there. This is the second time they've done the end around and lost yardage.
So it's going to be 3rd and 10 after it was 2nd and 4, but then you get the false start, and now they lose a yard there. And it's 3rd and 10 as we run under the final minute of the 3rd quarter. Webb under center. He'll roll out to pass. Pressure in his face, going to fire, looking for Garbarino. No chance, incomplete. And it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, that he's under pressure right there, kind of people chasing him around. He tried to throw it where he thought Garbarino would be. Garbarino didn't make it there. I think if Garbarino would have kept running on that route, he would have caught it right there at the sideline.
So with 48 seconds to play in the 3rd, the Elks will have to punt it away. Rex Heskew back to receive. Garbarino punts it. Line drive punt. It'll bounce about the 45 and go straight up. Take a little bit of an Elk City roll, but not much of one. I appreciate that as Braxton Robertson just kicked it forward. That's one way to down it.
Well, and you just know,
Oh, they're going to flag him for it?
You just know that's the frustration coming out.
I think they're going to flag him for it, which that's too bad. Yeah, he's getting chewed out on the sidelines.
I can hear the coach up here, and we're at the top of the, the top of the stands.
Yeah.
When I say I can hear him, I can hear the vowels. I can't hear the consonants, and I'm probably happy about that.
So, assuming that is indeed what the flag is, the Racers will have the ball on Elk City's side of the 50, already up 17 as we near the end of this 3rd quarter.
Well, why would they call that?
I think maybe you're not allowed to kick the ball like that.
So that'd be a 15-yarder? Oh, unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, I think you're not allowed to kick the ball. Surely.
Wow, they get away up there.
15-yard penalty.
They're going to start off in the 30.
Moves it inside the 40 all the way down to the 35.
Cool.
And that's where the Racers will set up. Jackson Shaniel in at quarterback now.
And they're playing Mustang Sally.
.6 seconds to go in the 3rd. 31-14 your score in favor of the Racers, trying to add on to their lead. Shanuel, handoff to Burchett around the right side. Carrying a couple guys with him. Flag comes in at the tail end of that. Probably a hold. Looks like that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Hold against the Racers. Wipes out that short gain. Will back them up.
Yeah, you got the linemen talking to each other, communicating. They can't have, that's a second hold this game, which is impressive after last year and some of the early games. But you can't be doing that if you want to put your foot on the throttle.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Knock on wood. That's still a fourth quarter to go, but the penalties have not hurt the Racers tonight like we've seen at times this year, which is obviously you want to be disciplined in the biggest moments. Handoff to Burchett again, running forward, gets some of that back inside the 40.
Yeah, and it looked like they were trying to an end-around sack right there, and it kind of got their safety out of position, so he got a few more yards on that one. Still brings up, what, 2nd and 14?
Indeed, and that's going to end the third quarter. Newcastle leads it 31-14 after 3. 12 more minutes for the Racers to punch their ticket to the 4A state quarterfinals. Stick with us. Fourth quarter, the other side of this break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
Back at Big Elk Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier, Carson Ware on the production, Uriah Martinez up top working the camera. Fourth quarter in this 4A first-round playoff game. Shanuel hit as he threw, and it looked like Heskew just kind of slipped and fell there.
Yeah, that was kind of a scary pass. It's fortunate the defensive back wasn't looking at the ball because it just kind of fluttered up there for about 3 seconds, and Heskew tried to stop and come back to it, and just feet went out under him. Kind of what you get on the grass turf, I think.
Seen a few guys slip in the second half of this game tonight, including a ref. 3rd and 14, it'll be after the complete pass. Just get going to the fourth quarter. Winner of this one will get the winner of Miami Poto, which certainly looks like it's going to be Poto. They lead that one 34-0 at last check. Do the Pirates, which would mean that if the Racers hang on here, they'll be going way out east. Take on the Pirates next Friday night in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I said it last week, but you kind of go to the sign that says Kingdom Come and turn south. It's just way out there.
Do you like Arkansas? If you do, this would be the time to check it out next Friday, if the Racers can hang on here. So got a little ways to go to start this fourth quarter. So stoppage of play here. I'm not sure why.
Well, definitely take your aunt and uncle. Is this out there where the leaves are changing in the mountains out there by the Talamina Drive, which I know that I'm here with a bunch of young guys, and they're looking at me like, what, next we're going to go to Branson? But if you can, that Poto area over there is just beautiful, but it is a long drive out there. So do you know what's going on out there? Oh, it's a water break, it looks like.
We're one play into the fourth quarter. I don't imagine it's that. I think they just have something the officials were checking on there. By the way, that game next week, if the Racers do hang on, it will not be Billy and I, believe it or not.
No.
We'll talk about that a little more after the game. But we got a phenomenal backup crew set to go next Friday night. We're still waiting on some other results across OSN before we know for sure what we're looking at. But
yeah, including the Big E.
The game will be on OSN. Though.
Yes,
that's the important thing to note. We'll still have it for you on OSN, as always, next Friday night, if the Racers hang on here and head way out east to Poto next Friday night. 3rd and 14, And there's a man jumping off sides. That's Garza this
Wow.
time, the guilty party. So make it 3rd and 9 instead of 3rd and 14.
Wow.
And you've seen, the Elks just kind of, I don't know, lose their composure a little in the second half. Some really costly penalties. Obviously, the silly penalty of kicking the ball on the punt. You've seen some frustration, I think, but boil over a little bit as there's still game left, but the kind of setting in of like it's slipping away sort of a deal. Shanuel on the QB keeper making some guys miss. Cut back, first down and more. Jackson Shanuel down inside the 20 into the Trinity Restoration red zone. Newcastle knocking on the board of more.
Well, that was a great job. They run Caden Longman out far to the strong side, make it look like they're going to do a pitch or a pass to the other side of the field. He fakes it that way, runs. How many yards did he get on that play?
About 15, I think.
That was a great run. Good, strong run.
So it's 1st and 10 at the 16. Newcastle looking to add on to their already 3-score lead.
Boy, they're really slowing down that defensive line with those hard counts.
Mm-hmm. Play clock winding down here. They do get the snap off. Run fake to Burchett. Shanuel keeps it. Carrying guys forward inside the 10. Nice hard run. They end up getting about 7 or 8 yards out of that.
Yeah. Looks like they're giving you a spot at 8 yards.
Yeah. Whew. From the 16 down to about the 8. Nice hard run by Shanuel. Just not a guy you want to tackle.
No.
I mean, big and strong and fast.
No, if you see him up close, he's even bigger in person.
And he's one of the tallest guy out there. He's taller than all his linemen. It's crazy. 2nd down and short. Shanuel handoff to Birch up the middle, running hard. And has the first down inside the 5. It'll be 1st and goal, Newcastle there. A couple of Elks slow to get up there. Looks like Catch Gino a bit hobbled, staying in the game, though.
Well, and you know, they're beating them, the Elk City, at their own game in this one. Haven't been too many passes, at one that was incomplete, but they're just running it right at them and just running it and running it and running it. And so if you're Elk City, you almost feel like they're playing your game.
10:20 and counting to play. Newcastle obviously in no hurry, continuing to melt this clock down. Burt, handoff. Burchett cuts back to the right. Now back to the left.
Touchdown.
And he walks in. Touchdown, Newcastle. Trey Burchett.
Oh.
And another late flag comes flying in as the Racers have all of a sudden blown this thing wide open. They now lead it by 23. Extra point on the way.
Wow, and there's composure that's just getting lost out there. I don't know which side this is going to be on, if it's going to be another one of those offsetting ones. But that was a great run. I don't want to take anything away from Burchett's run. That's the strongest run we've seen him run. That one, maybe one other one, where he just carried people with him and finally got in the end zone and they let go of him.
So Burchett's on the board in the postseason with a touchdown. Makes it 37-14. Looks like this flag might be going on Newcastle.
Could be.
And it looks like Elk City might be taking it on the extra point. Which would be interesting. 10-10 to go after that touchdown. Makes it 37-14. Waiting to see where this personal foul is going to end up leaving the ball.
Well, he said it's going to be on the kickoff.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah, I was wondering why you would take it on the extra point when you got Batchelder, who kicked one from the 36.
Looks like the Racers actually are going to maybe go for 2 here. Oh, no, not Batchelder. Batchelder ran to the sideline. Now he's running back out. Which means it wouldn't be that crazy to go for 2, because if you do, you make it a 4-score game, whereas technically, an extra point keeps it 3 at 24. But
right.
It's obviously the toughest possible path to a 3-score game.
Well, and I don't think you even think about it against a team like this. Oh.
And as we all saw, Garbarino came just flying off the edge.
Yeah, he didn't just jump off sides. He jumped, ran, skipped,
he just
did a cartwheel.
Ran from about the L in Elk City in the end zone, just took off straight for the holder.
Oh, it sounds
now,
like they
now
heard
after
ya.
the penalty, now they're going to maybe go for 2. They say they want to move it up halfway. We'll go for 2 now.
Well, and here comes big Taj Smith. Let's see if big number 45 comes out there to block as well. And
boy, it is taking quite a long time to get this conversion.
Yeah. Yeah. What's sad is the clock doesn't move.
No, I know. We're frozen on 10-10.
Wow, they got their big guys out there.
It's 37-14. The scoreboard in the stadium put an extra touchdown up. Shanuel keeps on the two-pointer, running forward, and he's
Got
in.
it.
2-point conversion good for Shanuel. Makes it a 4-score game officially. 39-14 Newcastle. 10-10 to go. Racers look to be well on their way. Still some meat on the bone here, trying to finish it off. Stick with us on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list.
Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again.
We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting, so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma because we wouldn't be a community without you.
Back at Big Elk Stadium. 10-10 to go. 39-14. Newcastle leads Elk City. This first round 4A playoff game certainly looks like the Racers are on their way to getting off the schneid here, Billy. Obviously, there's still some ways to go, and we'll talk about it all in the postgame show. But getting the whole goal of Coach Brickman in this program to not just be happy making the playoffs, but to get there and win games in the playoffs and make a run. Just one game, but this is they'll have reached a quarterfinal spot. They hadn't made that there in a while. It's been a while, so major achievement for the Racers if they can hang on here. Certainly in good shape to do so. 4-score lead with just 10 minutes to play.
Well, excellent achievement. And you're right. This reminds me. I mentioned last week in the second half. If they play like they did in the second half, they're hard to beat, and here they are.
Yeah, this is 2 weeks in a row putting together really good second halves. Ball's on the turf. Jalen Lane knocked it away. It's still loose.
Oh, no.
I think the Racers have it. And they do.
Wow.
What a play by Lane. He came flying in. I don't think he even realized where the ball was after he hit it.
I want to see that on replay because he slid on his head.
That ball took a backward top. Lane comes flying in.
Golly.
And it's on the turf, and the Racers have it. What a play there. Great look at that on the Eric Ledoux State Farm instant replay. Eric Ledoux, by the way, is your State Farm agent in the Tri-City. Call with any insurance questions or needs you may have at 405-392-3992. Remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. What a great usage of the Eric Ledoux State Farm instant replay. What an effort by Jalen Lane.
Yeah, just getting down there and slapping it away.
And the Racers take back over inside the 30, already leading by 25, and they can add on.
Is that Burt back out there?
Yep. Can't tell though. I think that's Burchett in the backfield with him. And it is. Burchett gets the carry here. Keeping the legs churning forward for a couple. On first down. Under 10 minutes now to play.
Yeah, they got just back to the line of scrimmage. Nope, they gave him 3 yards on that.
Yep. Stick with us after the game. Post-game show will have our Decision Realty Player of the Game Award. TJ Bradford's had a monopoly on those, but I have a hard time giving it to anybody else. He keeps stealing it. Racers, and we'll wrap this one up, of course, and look ahead to next week if the Racers hang on here. Certainly in great shape to do so. Fake the hand up to Burchett. Burt will keep it running hard inside the 20. Trinity Restoration red zone once more.
Yeah, that was a good run right there. I think he would have made it to the end zone, but that lineman grabbed his cleat and was not going to let go. And so he stayed right there and took a shot to go to the ground.
Well, I'll tell you this, too, about Jackson Burt. The early part of this season, played pretty well in moments. Probably not as well as he had hoped, especially in that Blanchard game. Almost got some guys to jump off there on 3rd and short.
Wow.
Especially in that Blanchard game. But since then, he has been just dynamite every single week. Obviously had the tough turnover against Tuttle late, but he was so good in that game before that. Pass on the flat to Lane off his hands, and that's picked off. Certainly not on Burt there. I'm not gonna say that's a jinx. That wasn't on Burt. That went right off the hands of Lane. It was intercepted
Wow.
by the Elks. I think that was Slade Josie, number 8, came in right off the deflection and pulled that in. There was a flag down, but I think it's going to be on Newcastle. We'll see.
That was one of those, hey, Mama, look what I got. I mean, it just bounced perfectly out of his arms and right into his.
So with 8:44 to go, the Elks look like they're going to get it back. Still down 4 scores.
Sorry.
I didn't see what the flag came in, but I never saw that anything get signaled. Anyway, 1st and 10 for the Elks on their own 19.
Looks like it backed him up.
Webb under center. Handoff here around the outside. Garbarino, not much there, but they're going to get, it looks like a face mask there by Ian Barker, number 3. Hands got a little high. So Elks City get some free yardage here.
See, I've always struggled with calls like that because they're both holding on to each other's face mask. And so I don't know.
Good opportunity here while they mark off this penalty yardage. Make sure we thank our 4th quarter sponsor, which is the Oklahoma Electric Cooperative, OEC. Taking high-speed fiber where no one else will. No contracts, no fees, just a good connection, bringing you the power of high-speed fiber services to your door. Check them out at oecfiber.com. Thank you to all our great sponsors helping us bring you Racer football all year long, especially important in the postseason. As postseason rates, things go up like that to do these games. Sponsors become that much more important. So thank you to all our sponsors. Helps bring you Racer football all season long and into the playoffs. Reward them with your business.
That's right. If you're watching this, know that it's because of their sponsorship you get to see this. So walk into their doors.
1st and 10 at the 33. Pitch outside. Cutting up the field here. Got a flag coming in. It's a big run. Might be going to get wiped out. Carrying guys all the way down to the 35. A huge run there by Jaden Wynn, but I think it might get wiped out.
I think so.
Yep.
The men in stripes aren't going down there where the ball is.
Elk City guys were starting to make their way down, then they turned right on around and are coming back. So it should be on the Elks.
Chop block.
Chop block,
Wow.
yeah.
You don't see that too often.
No, not too often.
That's twice.
That wasn't totally synced that time, though. Demoralizing earlier. Yeah, it was like the sisters on The Shining almost.
Demoralizing? I thought it was awesome. Boy, that's a killer, too. I mean, he ran that.
That was a heck of a run by Wynn. So back to the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 13. It's a spot foul, so you get the funky measurement here. Back to passes. Webb. Pressure coming. That's Bird, and he blasts him. Absolutely popped him in the back. That's the 2nd sack tonight for Bird, and that one was vicious.
Yes, that one, he was foaming at the mouth. You could almost hear the growl from here. I think he sounded like the water boy. That was incredible.
Webb's going to feel that one in the morning.
He is.
He's going to roll out of bed and be like, Bert. Jackson
Bert.
Bert.
Watch your language.
He came in, just textbook, just perfectly unblocked. Webb never saw him.
Right.
And just absolutely pulverized him. Under 8 minutes to go now, 2nd and 20 after the big sack. 2 sacks tonight for Jackson Burt. How often does the starting QB have 2 sacks?
Flag.
Play game. Took too long.
Well, and that's one of the things they've been doing all year. Well, I can say this, all game long, they like getting it down close to 0.
Yeah.
That time it's just a little too close to 0. So now you're looking at 2nd and quarter of the field.
Yep, 25, I think, after the penalty yardage. 7:40 and counting, 7:41, I should say. Clock is stopped. Now we'll resume. Webb back to pass. Pressure in his face. Going to fire deep. Jordan Lane down there. Picked off. Jordan Lane, the freshman in his first playoff game, not looking too nervous. Great play there. Interception. Racers take over.
Well, and you can't help but think that sack may have had a little bit where he took off of that. Maybe couldn't extend the arm and stretch. But that ball went more to Jordan Lane than it went to his own receiver, who was Garbarino.
Also, the Racers have got some great veteran leaders, but these young guys, Bradford, the Lanes, these dudes are freshmen and sophomores. And
I know.
They're the ones making all these big plays. It's just unbelievable how exciting that is for this program moving forward. This season's not done, not even close. You're going to the quarterfinals next week, but you got a lot to be excited about in the years ahead. Handoff here to Burchett. We'll get forward for about a yard or two.
Well, and I had the opportunity in Coach's Show to talk to Bradford and Jordan Lane and Jalen. And a lot of these young guys, they don't sound like young guys trying to figure it out. Their eyes are not wide open like a deer in the headlights. They have an idea what they're supposed to be doing, and they do it. And so it's been really impressive, the composure that they've held themselves to.
2nd down and 8 coming up here for Newcastle as we hit the 7-minute mark to play from Big Elk Stadium. There's another jump. Boy, he's had a few jumps tonight, and there could have been another 3-4 more. Jackson Burt's hard count has been lethal in this game tonight. Very reminiscent of last year, which it seemed like it was 5-6 times every single week.
Oh, yeah. It was in the playbook. I think those are what you have to do this week. And Poto plays a lot the same way. You're going to have to do it a lot next week just to get them back on their heels.
2nd down will go to Burchett here. Boy, Burt went and laid a pancake of a block there. And Burchett runs forward for a 1st down to the 44-yard line.
He's having a good night, just a solid good night. Burchett, it's good to see him kind of getting his feet back under him and running.
Burt coming off here. Looks like Caden Longman in at quarterback, 6:45 and counting to go. I'm not sure if this is a subbing Burt out for the night or just a couple of snaps.
I have a feeling it probably is.
But Longman, potentially the future signal caller here in Newcastle, maybe down the road. He'll keep it. Boy, he's got speed. He runs forward, bouncing outside. Caden Longman wrangled down at the 30. Quite the run there for Caden Longman. And that's another 1st down.
Well, that was an excellent run. Just speed through the hole. Got up there, got to that next level, cut back right, and they just barely got him and slowed him down.
Obviously, we'll see what the quarterback position looks like next year. Yeah, Shanuel, who's a junior, he'll be back.
Right.
And Caden Longman is just a sophomore, I do believe. Yeah, sophomore. Yes. But, boy, I'm excited for whenever Longman does get his opportunity, whether that's next year or in 2 years from now, whenever, to see what he can really do. Because you figure a full playbook with his speed, the way he can run around, that sounds really exciting. Burchett on the handoff from Longman, cuts back, and he'll get a couple. And honestly, I mean, what we've seen this year, there's not a lot of reason to think that both guys wouldn't get a pretty good go of it. And obviously, this year we've seen a lot of Shanuel and Burt. Maybe, you have to see a lot of Shanuel and Longman next year.
And I think it'll be even more, even better opportunity because this year, whether you see Shanuel or you see Burt, they're not a whole lot different from each other.
Yeah.
Imagine having to plan for
Longman and Shanuel. The foot difference in height. I mean, there. Handoff is fake. Longman will keep it around the outside, and there he goes. Turn on the burners. Caden Longman down the field, down inside the 10. Big run for the young QB. And he maybe went down, hurt a little something there as Longman holding his right, looks like maybe ankle.
So, look, I may have gone down where the defender may have come down on it.
And Newcastle coaches coming out to check on their young quarterback, Caden Longman.
He's walking
on his own feet here. Obviously has a hitch in his giddy up. Hopefully nothing too serious other than a stinger.
Well, and those, whenever you roll the ankle or your ankle gets twisted and stuff, first thing you think is it's gone. And so it's in your head, some of it, but then some of it just, you can see he's still in pain. So
having a hard time getting to the sideline.
So it just scares you.
They'll help him off. Hopefully nothing major there. And it'll be 1st and goal tonight. It's a big run for Longman there to set up this first and goal.
It looks like they got Deuce in there.
It's going to be Ashton Schumard now.
Oh, wow.
In a quarterback.
Okay.
As we've said before, it's a never-ending line of Schumards.
That's right. Aiden was on the show the other night. I said, how many of y'all are there?
Is there another one after Ashton? Because that's insane if there is.
Well, he said there's 4 boys and 1 girl.
Our producer, Carson Wade, said there is. So, going to be around. The Schumard family's going to see a lot of Racer football. We're up the middle for Burchett. Can't stop him. 2 tutties tonight for Burchett. And the Racers have dropped a 40-burger in Elk City.
Wow.
9 yards up the gut.
And you can't help but just see the I don't want to call it irony, but you see Newcastle's come in here and you thought, well, the way they're going to have to get around the run game and the ground and pound of Elk City is they're going to have to pass it around and be different. But they played ground and pound and have beat them at it. So
yeah,
that's,
this game
really
has really
impressive.
been pretty much what Elk City would have hoped it for as far as the style. I mean, very physical, ground and pound, lots of running the ball. Hasn't been a lot of big throwing it around type of plays. But Newcastle's just kind of beat them at their own game tonight. 5:10 to go. Extra point good for Batchelder. It's 46-14. Timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. Racers in complete control on their way to the quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list.
Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again.
We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting, so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma because we wouldn't be a community without you.
Back at Big Elk Stadium, 5:10 to go. Newcastle on their way to the state quarterfinals. Will also be their 9th win. Have to get the record books out, Billy, whenever you do the coach show on Tuesday. Last quarterfinal appearance and last 9-win season. Those are two things that aren't easy by any means.
And not flukes.
What a job Coach Brickman has done with
Yes.
this program, building it up. Just as, we started doing it in 2020 and just the revolution, and now, that year they were very offensive based, just try to throw it around and outscore you, deep balls everywhere. And we've seen them get better on defense, get better running the ball, and just become a more refined team in all areas. And now this certainly feels like the most complete team that he's had since we've been doing it, at least. This is our 4th season, and that's being showcased by their deepest postseason run.
Yeah. Well, and just think about it. You're going to lose less than 10 seniors on this
I know,
team.
that's what's crazy. You're going to lose some key guys, obviously, but
they're
boy,
just
you have
starting.
a lot to like coming back
Oh,
next
yeah.
year. Yeah.
Got a lot of tools, a lot of horses, a lot of things just to look forward to in the future.
Program on the rise, that's for sure.
And of course, I don't know why we're talking about next season. We're still
I know
fighting out
it's
this
one of those. Yeah, this is one of those games where you kind of just look at the
Yeah.
job, because you get into the postseason, and this has been a bugaboo for the Racers, getting over the hump. Obviously, we were at Tuttle in 2020 and 2021 where the season ended. Last year here where the season ended, where it just felt like they're close to getting over that hump and getting that playoff win and getting to the quarterfinals and seeing where it could go from there. And they just have come just short. And now tonight, 1 year from losing by a touchdown to these guys, by 32 right now, fourth quarter. Wynn breaks off the left side. Look at this big run for Wynn. Can he get all the way? He will. Diving across the pylon, touchdown. 71 yards by the fullback, Jaden Wynn. And he's gassed.
Yeah.
He needs a second.
I'm gassed just from watching him.
What a run.
That's probably the longest run he's had all year.
I mean, 71, that's a big number.
Yeah. He left a divot, I'll tell you that.
So 71-yard touchdown run for Jaden Wynn. And with 4:49 to go, the Elks move a little closer, still obviously well behind. What a nice highlight there for Wynn.
Oh, yeah.
Wynn is a junior, so he'll be back next year. Something he'll be thinking about all summer long, I'm sure.
And I'll tell you what, if, we're with Newcastle, if I was with Elk City, my player of the game.
Extra point's good.
Oh, good. It'd be number 64, Alden Muse. He's a guy that you're seeing just limping out onto the field.
Yeah, he that started bothering him really early in this game, too, and he's just stayed in and gutted it out the whole way.
Yeah, it's a sophomore.
So touchdown for Wynn makes it 46-21, 4:49 left to go. Again, stick with us after the game. Billy and I will give out the Elcision Realty Player of the Game Award. we'll wrap everything up here from Elk City, and we'll look ahead to next week, the Racers and the Poto Pirates in the 4A state quarterfinals. That's going to be a fun one next week. If you're not familiar with Poto, get familiar.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game out there at Poto. They don't really know each other.
Yeah, I mean, I was wondering that same thing. Like, have those teams met ever?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure they ever have. And not since 2005. I know that.
So you guys will have plenty of time to talk about Poto on the pregame show, or the coaches show on Tuesday, and certainly the pregame show next week with our OSN broadcast. But if you're unfamiliar with the Pirates, obviously a really, really good program out there, basically in Arkansas, way out east.
Way out.
10-0 regular season this year, rolling over tonight over Miami. So they're going to be 11-0 walking into that game next week. And they've got some nice wins on their schedule, too, this year. That's a very good Poto team.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be one of the toughest teams we've faced.
The only time, kind of perusing Poto's schedule right now, the only time they've really been even pushed this year was Bishop Kelly, who's a 5A team. Against 4A opponents, not a lot of close games. They're very good. They're a very good team. It'll be fun to watch next week. Chip shot, kickoff goes out of bounds here. So kick out of bounds penalty. Racers will take over. 4:49 left, leading by 25 points.
Wow. I did expect it. I thought the Racers had an excellent chance of winning tonight. I did not see this kind of score coming out. I thought it'd be a much lower scoring game.
Well, that's what's amazing is it was 17-14. About 8 minutes to go in the third. It was a great start. I mean, just a perfect start to the second half for Elk City. It's exactly what you needed. Coming out of the locker room, you have a great drive. You cut it from 10 down to 3. I felt like all momentum was with them, and they had the belief. But Racers responded with a touchdown drive of their own, and kind of just history after that. It hasn't, they kind of ran away with it.
And another touchdown. Yeah. Make some incredible adjustments. Oh.
First down run here for a yard.
Ball kind of fluttered up there to Schumard. Didn't really get a chance to anything to start developing as a handoff to
first carry
Ruben.
Of the game, for Ruben Rendon Zamora.
Yeah, actually the coaches show, Luis, his dad, he's the one that owns Luigi's, and has a show for us. So
beautiful.
Good call.
Shout out Luigi's. They fed us all year long at the games.
Oh,
in
yeah.
The hospitality room at the Castle. Host of the coaches show this year.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I'd do the coaches show just for their food.
Schumard handoff back to Rendon Zamora. Get another yard or so. Third down coming up, keeping that clock running under 4 minutes. You'll be back on Tuesday night for the coaches show with Gene Reed.
Yep.
The legendary Gene Reed, who I'm sure is very excited right now about how this game has gone.
Oh, he is. He's over on the sideline over there somewhere.
He did this game with me last year, and we were talking before the game, and he kind of admitted that once the writing was on the wall for how it was going, he had a hard time,
Right.
He kind of thought, I don't want to do this anymore almost now. And so I'm sure he's feeling much better about things this time with this trip to Elk City than last year.
I'm surprised he hadn't come and yanked my headset off of him.
I want to talk about it. He'll get a chance on Tuesday. Fake the handoff, Schumard making guys miss. Look at the young Schumard running hard up to the 40, well short of the first down. But it's still a strong run by the young QB. And the Racers will just punt it away, obviously just trying to get to the finish line here with 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, and that was very fortunate. I don't know if you saw, the ball was just bobbling around in his hands. He finally grabbed it right before he got hit at that first one that he got out of. They're having a hard time. I don't know if it's a different center in there or what, but the center in there is not getting the ball to him very fast. It's kind of fluttering up in the air.
So Burt comes in to do the honors on the punt with 2:40 and counting left to play at Big Elk Stadium. Taking the play clock as far down as they can. Burt will kick it off. Nicely done. It's a racer hop. And it'll roll down inside the 25, be down at the 24. 2:27 to go. That's where the Elks will take over.
Well, and do you think we'll see a little bit more passing from them?
Elk City?
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, obviously the game is, you can
now
tell where it's going. But, yeah, you might
I'll
let
tell
Webb throw it around a little bit.
They only needed, one play that last time, score a touchdown.
That's true.
Fullback.
That's true.
And, of course, you're seeing some different numbers in there right now on defense, and normally we've seen earlier in the game. And it'll be kind of interesting to see if they do anything.
So 2:27 to go. 1st and 10 at the 25 is where they spotted that. Webb and this Elk City offense back out. Elk City, a lot of pieces for their team will be back next year as well. Webb, the quarterback, will be back. Yeah, false start there. A few guys moving a little early. But you're looking at this Elk team. Tucker Garza, we've seen tonight, just a sophomore. Reese Burton, just a junior. Bowie, just a junior as well. Catch Gino, we mentioned him on defense, junior. Logan Webb, junior. Jaden Wynn, that big run, junior. So a lot of the pieces of this Elk City team are going to be back next year too.
Oh, absolutely. They're going to definitely be in the playoffs, I think.
Coach Maynard, this is a program that expects to be here at this point, which is crazy because, again, a few years ago, this was a team that struggled to win games, period. Quite the turnaround under Coach Zach Maynard. Hard run here out near the 30-yard line. Yeah, that was Braxton Robertson, I think, on the carry there, senior.
Yeah, that was a quick handoff to the fullback there. He was past the defensive line before they knew he was past him.
Robertson, a very good linebacker, been kept mostly quiet tonight, but also plays a little fullback, getting him some carries, a senior, as his career will be finishing up here in the next couple of minutes. Always hard for those guys. Obviously, the season comes to an end. You're always thinking you're going to win. You know, so you don't really let your brain get there until it's over. Then you're kind of like, wow. You know what I mean? You're always thinking all week that we're going to get the job done. Bouncing outside here. This is Robertson again. Nice tackle by Barker. Actually, that was Garbarino that time. He's another one of the seniors on this Elk City team whose career is coming to an end. Garbarino was a major problem for Newcastle last year in this game. Has been kept pretty quiet tonight.
Yeah, that's a name I heard all week long. Garbarino. Yeah. I mean, I can't say we. They remembered Cooper all year long, and so that's the impact that he made on this team. Why they wanted to come back and play them so hard.
Yeah, kind of perusing their roster. We got this assignment this week, and I was kind of like, I was thinking a lot of these names I don't really remember from last year because they lost a lot of last year's team, but that was one that stuck out right away.
Oh,
and he's bottled up here, nowhere to go. There was a flag at the tail end of that too, as blowing up that play for the Racers was Nick Lozano.
Yeah. Good to see old Nick out there getting to him. He's a good guy, good kid.
Flag down, I think, is on the Elks. Would imagine the Racers just decline it. You blew that play up. 55 seconds, all that's left.
Yeah, haven't seen anything. Yeah, they're declining it. You have Brickman over there telling them decline, and nobody's looking at him.
It's like, stop talking about it. I'm declining it. Yeah,
doesn't matter.
He's like, why? They're.
Whoa.
Oh, it's on Newcastle.
Whoa.
Oh. That's why they're not looking at it. You can't decline it, sir. It's on your team.
Oh, I wonder what happened.
Yeah, I didn't never see an official. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's a personal foul, I guess.
Unsportsmanlike?
I didn't see what happened there. It was during the play.
Yeah, it was right towards the first of it. I don't know. Hands to the face or something. I don't know.
Anyway, it's 3rd down and short now after that penalty. 55 seconds, like I said, on the clock. Handoff up the middle here and stuffed. Nowhere to go for the big number 28 there. I just mentioned Robertson. And it'll be 4th down coming up for the Elks as the clock runs to about 40 seconds. Got to snap it at least one more time as Robertson is a little hobbled there. That's frustrating, obviously. Senior last game. Last thing you want is to get banged up right at the end.
That doesn't.
So he's
hate that for him.
Yeah, he's going to come off favoring that left leg. Certainly not the way you want your career to come to an end.
No.
Say a home playoff loss and then to add injury to insult. So the clock will run. They do have to snap it again before we're out of here. 30 seconds to go. Again, stick with us after the game. Postgame show coming up next. Important information coming up in that postgame show, so stick with us. We're up the middle for nothing there, and that should do it. They don't have to snap again. We'll see if they do, and doesn't look like they're going to. So that's it. The Racers came, they saw, they conquered. They come into Elk City 1 year removed from getting eliminated, their season ending in this very same building. They come and make a statement in the first round of the playoffs. 46-21 final. The Racers go to 9-2 and are into the 4A state quarterfinals next week. Elk City finishes their season at 7-4. All right, we're going to take one last time out. When we come back, Bill and I are going to wrap it all up from Elk City. We're going to give out the Decision Realty Player of the Game Award, and we're going to look ahead to Newcastle Poto in the quarterfinals next Friday night right here on OSN. Postgame show next.
So that's Will, and that's Tim. And the farm has been in the family now how long, Tim?
100 years or so.
You stopped counting?
Yes.
The idea that 1.5% of this country is feeding 330 million people 3 times a day.
You shut down a lot of oil and gas, you shut down a lot of U.S. ag. All of a sudden, we start paying a lot more for food, and there's a lot more hungry people all over the world.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
All right, back at Big Elk Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Newcastle wins it 46-21. Go to 9-2 and move on to the 4A state quarterfinals next Friday night in Poto. We'll talk about that game just a little bit in a moment. But Billy, first wrapping up this one, the Racers. I mean, what an impressive game. I mean, you so many times. I mean, you start off 7-0 in the hole, 10 minutes in for that long drive where we were kind of all thinking in here. I mean. That didn't get off to the right start. They turn it around. They take a 17-7 lead at halftime, and then basically the exact same thing happened in the second half. Elk City came right out, drove down, cut it to 3. We're thinking the same thing. Maybe Elk City woke up and they're going to get right back in this thing, and Newcastle just dominated after that. They finished this game on a 29-7 run, and they're on to the quarterfinals.
Well, and they're a tough team. They're able to take. We talked about it, kind of the Rocky illustration. They were able to take shots at the first of the first half, first of the second half. They're able to take those and really bounce back. They're a mentally strong team. That's one of the things that really stands out to me. We've been doing this as our 4th year. Mm-hmm. It seems like this is probably, I'd say that 2020 team was pretty mentally strong. But I'd say these guys, they don't feel that there's a team that can really beat them. Yeah. Right. They do that, and the coaching staff, I don't know how many pairs of eyes are on that, but the way they make adjustments is amazing. I mean, they marched down the field the very first series, and we're both going, wow. I mean, there was no lost yardage. They're getting 3, 4, 5 yards a carry, and then they shut them down. And then same thing in the second half. They shut them down. So those adjustments, you got to give it to the coaches and the players just playing with everything they got.
Decision Realty Player of the Game Award. Boomer and Tiffany Decision of the Tiffany team are your local realtors with Prime Realty. Go Racers. We're trying to spread this thing around a little bit, but TJ Bradford's making it so hard. He was amazing again tonight. 3 rushing touchdowns, including the 2 biggest of the night, because it was 17-14. He rips the 30-yarder to make it 24-14. They get the stop, go back the other way, 51 yards. The game felt kind of over there. Whenever he housed that 51-yard to make it 31-14, you have the big score to get the momentum back, and then the dagger. I mean, what a night for TJ Bradford again. He has been so good.
Well, and everybody coming into this game thought we'd be talking about Burton or Garza being the running back of the night. You never would have thought that TJ Bradford and the way he got through this line, he didn't do a lot of this scoring around the ends. He wasn't running around defenses. He was running through them. He was pivoting through them. He'd go into a crowd and then pop out the other side, and once he did, nobody could stop him. He had a great game here tonight, played a strong game as well, and, it's really been great watching him last year and then how he's evolved and grown bigger in his role this year.
So that's our All Citizen Realty Player of the Game Award. TJ Bradford wins that. I think he's won that thing a lot of times this year. He's made it hard. He runs away with it every single, literally runs away with it every single Friday night, it seems like. Looking ahead to next week, the quarterfinals. This is obviously uncharted territory for Newcastle in recent times. 9 wins, and you're in the quarters. You're 3 wins away from a gold ball. Still some work to be done, obviously. But what a season it's already been. And now you take on the Poto Pirates, a team that's not a stranger to this at all. Obviously, the state champs in 2019. They're 11-0. They have planned the whole year to be at UCO at the end of this year, playing for a state championship. Now Newcastle's the next team in their way of that. Some early thoughts. Obviously, we never see Poto, so that it's going to be interesting to see what that matchup looks like. Those are just 2 helmets you just don't see together, Newcastle and Poto. But that's going to be an exciting game next week on OSN. Obviously, I imagine a lot of people are going to be dialed in. That's way out there, 3 hours away. They're in almost near Arkansas, but that's going to be an amazing game next week.
Well, and there's the irony of it. You're right. We don't know a whole lot about each other. We do know that they play the same style of football to an extent as Elk City does. They play the ground and pound. So we don't know a lot about them, and yet we have some experience playing that type of football. Elk City's been like that the last several years, and so going into this week, getting ready for that, you're not having to learn a totally different style of football. You're just having to let people rest, get things sharper, more focused. But I'll tell you right now, Poto is going to come out a little stronger, a little bigger horses than what you saw tonight.
So for that game next week, it will be on the Oklahoma Sports Network, but unfortunately not Billy and I. It's going to kill us.
Yes.
We both have other things going on. I have obligations covering Oklahoma for 24/7 Sports. I'm flying out to Utah next Friday. You have other obligations as well.
I cover Jesus, so we actually have the international conference on missions in Oklahoma City that I have to be a part of, and so I got to be downtown.
And the fact that it's 3 hours away doesn't exactly make it any easier.
Work it in, yeah.
I did everything. I exhausted all possible options. Is there any way I can make this work? And it's just not in the cards for me. But we've got a phenomenal replacement crew in line for the game. The great Eric Sherram, the head of OSN, the head honcho, our boss, voice of Lawton MacArthur on OSN is going to step in. The Highlanders were knocked out tonight. At least they were down big last I saw against Guthrie in the first round of the 5A playoffs. He is slotted to step in and do the game next week. And who's going to be with them but other than the legendary Gene Reed, who has been on the coach show all season long. He's filled in on OSN broadcast both last year in the playoffs with me and with you earlier this year. I think it was the Tecumseh game this season. So he's no stranger to OSN. Any Racer fan knows who Gene is. I don't need to explain that any further. So that is an elite duo. You want to talk about getting some good fill-ins? We've got you set. Eric and Gene next week. I'm not sure if those two guys have ever met. That would be kind of weird to see those guys together almost. But they're going to do a great job. That's an awesome duo next week for that game. Billy and I would love to be doing it. And hopefully they give us a game in a couple weeks to do. But that'll be for you next Friday. So it'll be on OSN, same time as always. Pregame 6:30, kickoff at 7. I'm sure a lot of Racer faithful are hoping they can get to Poto, but just logistically, I'm sure a lot of people can't. So hopefully you tune in on OSN next Friday night for the Racers and the Pirates in the 4A quarterfinals. If there is a semifinals in 2 weeks, Billy and I will be back with you
be there
for that. Just in case we're not, though, Billy, another great season for you and I. Obviously, we're very much hoping that the Racers can win next week. But just in case, I've loved doing it. 4 years in the books already. It's crazy. And this was probably one of the most fun seasons yet. Obviously, the Racers getting a playoff win. And hopefully we'll get a chance in a couple more weeks to reconvene again. But if not, another great season.
I'm hoping. Again, I'm hoping we'll be taking on Salazar, Blanchard. I would love that. But if we don't get to that point, if I can't be on here again this year, it's been a lot of fun this season.
Yeah.
Just getting to watch this program as it's evolving and growing and getting to be a part of it like I have with the coaches show and stuff. It's been a lot of fun. I really appreciate our sponsors. I appreciate people in Newcastle that just say wonderful things, mostly about you. They tolerate me. But just tell us how much you appreciate it. I want you to know we appreciate getting to do this for you.
Absolutely.
We enjoy this. We love the game of football. We love bringing it to you.
Absolutely. It's been awesome. Hopefully not done. We'll see. That'll be up to the racers next week. And also, if you can see Billy Tuesday night on the Coaches Show alongside the great Gene Reed, getting you ready for Newcastle and Poto next Friday night. Pregame 6:30, kickoff at 7, way out east. The Racers and Pirates for a spot in the semis, and like you kind of touched on, very likely a potential rematch with Blanchard if you got there. And oh boy, would that be fun. So hopefully,
huge.
Man, we are hoping we get that in a couple of weeks. So that's it for us. We thank you so much for tuning in. Racers get it done in the playoffs. They knock off Elk City 46-21, go to 9-2, and move on to the quarterfinals next week in a matchup with the Poto Pirates. For Uriah Martinez up top working the camera, Carson Wade on the production, my partner Billy Collier, I'm Josh Calloway signing off from Elk City. Gene and Eric will have you covered next Friday night from Poto. They'll see you then. Coaches Show Tuesday with Gene and Billy right here on OSN Tuesday night from Luigi. See you guys then. Good night, everybody, from Elk City.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.